The boost die?
Yeah, light blue is the boost.
Are we still on the difficulty 2? Have we weared it down a little bit?
You're still on a
Two is
difficulty 2.
average.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
perfect.
success.
A flat success. The droid ponders for a moment and goes, I can send you over 2,000 credits in advance, but that's the best I can do. I'm terribly sorry.
You know what? No, I know. I really appreciate it. I expect
think
those
that-
credits immediately.
That'll be really
Expect
close.
it to
That'll
be
be close. But
That's a
think
500 credit advance per person.
sweet.
Just so you guys are aware. So,
Put it on the character sheet.
yeah, you can go ahead and put those credits onto your character sheet. Nick, I need to send you something real quick, so sit tight for a moment. All right.
Let me know when you're ready, Cody.
Why can't I find my credits?
They
It's
are
on
underneath
character
your
info?
name and character info.
Yes. Besides species.
Yeah, there's player name, credits. It's above available XP.
Ah, and you said 500.
So real quick, I forgot to mention that I activated Nick's obligation this round. So I'm sending Nick a quick message. I'm gonna send it as the dungeon guide. How do I send it to a particular person? /whisper?
Do /W and start typing his name.
Could also send it in Discord.
Yeah, either one.
You said that to
Raffle.
everyone.
Oh no!
Read it. Scroll
Oh
it.
no!
Delete it.
It's still there.
I don't know. Oh,
Okay.
I make a lot of weapon attacks at it.
I'm gonna send it to you on Discord, Nick, because apparently
Okay.
I'm a degenerate. All right, there we go. So
I
everyone
attack
do me
the
a favor
message.
and lower their strain threshold by 1. Just because Nick has sort of briefly explained to you, hey guys, like I was trying to sort something out and I'm not sure whether or not it's going to cause us any problems. So just keep your head on a swivel. So everyone reduce their strain threshold by 1. Nick, reduce your strain threshold by 2. And you'll see why you need to do that. You can share as much of this information with your group as you want, but I'm just giving you sort of the prerogative to do that. So yeah, so Nick's obligation was triggered. Thank you, Alex, for saving everyone from having to look at that information. Question: when I zoom in and out of the map, does it zoom your guys in and out
Nope.
too?
No.
It's just yours.
Perfect. Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
So
We good to go?
So, yeah, you guys are good to go. Nino sent you the coordinates to Teddy. Go lay down.
where
down.
are we
I think-
currently, Cody?
Do what?
Where are we?
I need to take that 10-minute break, which I think is a
Yes.
good place to do it, and then we can come back.
I'm pretty sure based off the amount of where we are currently in the galaxy, this could be a week-long trip. So we do have time,
So-
Alex.
It is a bit of a hike, but not too bad. So
Where
you
are
guys
we currently?
you guys are currently on the edge of Corsac space. You're over near the Treon system, and you actually are making your guys' way to the planet of Pippin, which is the space dock Drila is actually orbiting the planet Pippin. So you probably actually did know where it was, Joey. I apologize.
Where is Corlac space?
Corsac space?
Corsac.
Corsac space.
Just give me a
Just ping the map.
directional.
It's like I said, it's right here. It's not. I'm gonna ping it again. It's here. There's not actually any stars on it. You see
Oh
right
no,
here.
that's where we are.
That's where Triani space and Corsac is located. And you guys are. Let me just draw a little bit. Draw a shape. We're gonna make it bright red, yellow. We'll do yellow. You guys are here. And the space dock is in the same sector. It's in the same system. It's like 6 hours away.
Okay.
I don't
You guys
even
are just
see
So
kind
we're
of
very close to there. Okay.
yeah.
don't
You
see
guys
it.
are pretty close.
the drawings.
To your yellow circle.
There should be a tiny yellow. I'm gonna make it bigger.
Oh.
That's a
And
Oh, I
square.
see it.
inside of
Yeah,
this
yeah. I
is
was
the little
zooming in
square.
enough.
I'm gonna throw on some socks. Give me 2 seconds, guys. My feet are freezing. His name is Teddy. He's a big fat boy. He likes to chew on his big fat toys. I like to eat him because he's fluffy and cute. Go in here, fill your snoot with food. Go. Go eat. No, go. Go lay down. You're harassing me, Teddy. I'm supposed to harass you, not the other way around. Yes. I don't want to be harassed. I don't like to harass you. I bathed you already. You got attention. You're going to get the poop all over yourself to get it. I mean, not a great strategy. No. Not right now. Not right now, buddy.
Boots and cats and boots and cats.
So, yeah, you don't have to make an astrogation check, Joey. I don't want to drag it out too much. I meant to start you on the space dock, and I got a little confused. I apologize for that.
Oh,
Cody, did you say that I could share this information or?
At your discretion.
Okay.
Also, what sets your strain threshold stats wise?
Your strain threshold. So, as a human, your base is 10 plus your willpower.
Okay. I was just wondering how I was going to keep up with the negatives that are stacked against me.
Right. So, basically, your willpower is what? 2 or 3?
3.
3. So, your strain threshold is 13.
Yeah. -1.
Yeah, -1.
That's what I was wondering, like in between sessions, how am I going to keep up with strain? But I just know how to calculate it now.
it's on your character sheet.
But you have to we did a -1 for it already, so you're not just your max.
Yeah, I just put it down one.
Yeah, so like when I come back next time, I need to make sure that I bump my strain back up to 13 where it's supposed to be.
While we're waiting, why don't everyone go ahead and roll me their destiny, so I can create the destiny pool.
Should it be 3 and 3 like it is right now?
No, it starts at 0 and 0, and you all roll a force die.
Okay.
Well, it says roll destiny in the bottom left corner. So
Roll
a force
destiny.
die, just say roll destiny.
Too light. Too light. Well, holy crap! Holy crap! The light side is with you guys today.
We are Jedi, so I mean that makes sense.
I hope Alex rolls like 7 black, just like on some weird non-existent force die. The only non-force sensitive character is just like, I like to eat babies and kill children, like just like the Anakin Skywalker.
Zero morality.
No younglings, no younglings allowed, guys. All right, so Joey, you navigate your ship to Space Dock Drila.
Easy.
You dock the ship easily, and
I'm
you
not
make your way.
piloting. I'm just the navigator. Just so
Sorry.
we're aware.
Captain Rex, you make your way and you dock the ship. You easily land. It's a space station orbiting the planet Pippin in the Triani sector on the edge of Corsac space.
Does
You
it
guys
look
have been
like a
running
nice
odd
place or
jobs.
like a mining space station?
It looks like a pretty nice space station. They don't ask a lot of questions with you guys landing, and they're pretty calm about it. Or so it seems. It seems that they were expecting you.
That's what I was about to say.
I mean, they did hire us and tell us to come here, and we've come.
Teddy, go lay down. Go lay down.
That we've accepted the job.
All right. So as you guys get off the ship, you see a shiny silver protocol droid, matching. It looks like one of the older Imperial models, standing and waiting for you to get off your ship.
Hello, droid. Are you waiting for us?
Hello, I am. Oh, what was his name? QW. QW1890. QW690. Welcome.
Hello, Nino.
Please follow me to the briefing room.
I will follow him. I'm assuming he turns around and leaves after that, or is he just gonna
If
stand?
no one
and stare at us?
protests, he will lead you to a briefing
Yeah, I mean, I think
room.
we're just kind of following him along. And
Awesome. So you make your way into a briefing room. It's pretty simple. It's pretty small. You can tell the walls in the room have been soundproofed, and there's a giant communicator sitting in the middle of the room. And once you guys make your way in the room, the door seals behind you. The droid walks over to the corner, and he plugs in one of his fingers into a socket into the wall. And you see the holocommunicator hum to life, and you see sort of an obscured-looking face. Like you can tell it's someone's head, but it's not clearly transmitting through. And he says, like a face appears, and he says, "Hello. I assume that you are." And he lists off your guys' names: Captain Rex, and your crew. I assume.
Yes, that's us.
I slap Rex on the back, smiling. Captain Rex.
He goes, "We have contacted you because you've caught our attention operating in this sector, and I believe that your crew contains a large array of skills that would be quite useful to our company. Blue Way is a contracting firm. We've recently set up shop in this area of the galaxy. We are looking to expand our operations.
So you need mercenaries.
You can't make out a distinct symbol, but like the face kind of like has a light grin, and he says contracted services is a term that we prefer. We manage.
Not the robot. That's like the robot.
No, this is not the robot. This is a face in the holocommunicator. He says we specialize in moving product and securing interests of those who contact us.
You contacted the right crew.
Products?
Do what, Joey?
Any specific products?
Any product that needs moved. We don't like to discriminate between our customers' needs and the skills that we offer them. But one thing that Blue Way does, as opposed to other contracting services, is we only offer up high quality, skilled workers. And my contacts tell me that you fit such a bill. Although your ship and your garb may not show it, I'm quite aware of the level of skill you have in your crew's possession, and we would very much like to capitalize and potentially open up a partnership with you and your crew, depending on how well you perform this task for us.
You hear that, Rex? Our reputation precedes us.
Apparently.
So, more than you guys thought it did. Nick, I'll have something to send you in just a moment, but he's like, if everyone is on the same page, we've negotiated your price. I hear that you've been transferred in advance. Fortunately, this, I believe, will be beneficial for our continued interaction in the future. When you're ready, I will begin briefing you on the situation and what we need from you.
What should we call you?
The director will be fine.
The director?
Yes. All right, if there are no more questions, I will begin. We've been contacted by a company called Banshee Technologies. They're asking us to look into a domestic terror situation that's been taking place on their planet moon of Pippin. Pippin 4, technically, is the name of the planet, but that's neither here nor there. There have been 6 bombings so far, and the local authorities have not been able to find a culprit, a motive, or a mode of delivery for these explosives. Banshee Technology has reached into their own funding to bring in a team of private investigators because they believe that one of their rivals on the planet, Metaleaf, is behind the bombings in an attempt to destabilize the populace and force Banshee Technologies out of power because there's a planetary election coming up at the end of the month. One thing that I want to stress is that Pippin 4 is a planet that is run by corporations. There's not a government in the strict sense, in the sense that all of the elected officials are CEOs and members of companies, and that is the system that they use to manage the things. However, Pippin 4 is not part of the corporate sector authority. They intend to bring in, Metaleaf is attempting to bring in Corsec as one of its contractors, allowing it to sort of begin infiltrating its bureaucracy and rules on the planet. But many of the other corporations who run the planet, along with Banshee's technology, believe that Corsec's actually going to be bad for their business. They don't want these restraints placed on them. So Banshee Technologies wants you to stop the bombings and find out who is responsible. And if you can prove that Metaleaf, their rival, is behind these bombings, thus bringing them out of the running and securing Banshee's Technologies' claims of independence, they'll double your pay.
You said it was Metaleaf? What was the name of the company?
Metaleaf is their rival company.
Metaleaf. Okay.
Meta?
Metaleaf.
There we go,
Medilief.
Sorry, Cody, you're doing a robot thing.
I'm really sorry. Do I need to?
That? No, it's fine. I didn't get it. I think it might have been just his internet. It was more just a I want to make sure I wrote it down correctly.
The director sort of, you see him stop, and he goes, "Now would be the
Oh,
time
gee,
for any
that helps.
questions."
What kind of company is Metaleaf?
Medileaf is a pharmaceutical production company in the sense that they, let me be more specific, they produce, what's the term? Blueprints for medical products and equipment. They don't, one of the unique things about Pippin 4 is they don't actually export very much in the way of tangible physical goods. Most companies on the planet produce blueprints or information and research as opposed to actual products. Metaleaf is one of these companies that produces medical product and medicine.
And you said that there was bombing happening?
There have been 6 domestic terrorist bombings taking place across the main planet of the main city in Pippin. Kors is the name of the city.
Anything odd
Q-O-R-S.
happening with these bombings? Like, is it just explosives or is it biological?
They seem to be traditional explosions, but the police have not been able to find any information as far as the delivery system, what type of explosives they are. They're not sure how they're getting into the city. The local authorities have effectively yielded 0 information of any kind.
Okay.
I can now see you guys. I'm so happy.
Perfect.
Oh, I can see you too.
I can see. Hey, there he is. I'm gonna mute you.
Well,
See
more
you,
can see
my.
you.
All right. Yeah. So he's
I
like,
can't see
yeah.
Alex though.
So he sort of attacks on after that. He says, I'm not entirely convinced that the local police force is as inspired to resolve this issue as they might be required to normally.
Aaron came and waved. If you guys didn't see.
I did.
That's all. I waved back.
I tried to reconnect and now I no longer see Joey.
Awkward.
Are there any more questions?
Do you have any equipment that we could borrow for this expedition?
I was under the impression that you all were already equipped with your own gear, as you've been working some in the sector already.
We do have some of our own gear, but as you know, I mean, we limped in here with what we had. Our ship could
Yes.
really use some repairs, especially if you want us to make this trek.
I was also under the impression that you've already been forwarded in advance on your pay to help pay for ship
Yes, you're
repairs
right.
and equipment.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're totally fine and ready to go because you already paid us money and we should not ask for more.
I'm not asking for money. I was just asking. That's all I was doing, man.
I mean, you can ask for more. I'm not. There's no rules. He's like, I will see if I can contact your Banshee's technology representative. Her name is Trey. She'll be who you're meeting with when you land on the planet. I'll see if she cannot provide you with some purchasable services and/or goods. If you'll please direct any of those requests to Nino, he will see that information is transmitted.
Thank you so much, Director.
You're very welcome.
Before we go, do you have any kind of contacts or anything that we can have for the planet? People that we should know, people we should maybe check or a lead or something?
I believe that most of that information should be coming from your representative, Trey. However, I believe that they have 2 particular places that they're going to have you. They, like I said, they've contracted you as investigators, so I imagine they'll want you to be doing some looking into the bombings yourself, as well as they have suspicions that local authorities may not be operating in a purely productive manner. That is part of why they've hired in private contractors, as the local authorities have not turned up the information that they're wishing. I don't know if that answers your question, Alex.
Yeah, that does. That's what I need.
Okay,
Just so I
perfect.
know if there's basically Trey's what I need to return to Trey.
Right, yes, you need to be speaking with Trey. And she is going to direct you in the direction in which she wants your expertise to be utilized. She's contacted us to provide the labor, and unfortunately they're attempting to keep as much information under wraps as possible, so they're not planning to share that information over the unsecured frequencies, especially since they've had to bring in their own contractors. It would look quite bad. All right. Well, if you can turn up some results and stop these bombings, if you can make Banshee Technologies on this company happy and secure their power, you will have put a very powerful ally in our pocket, which would make us quite good friends. So hopefully you can deliver like my contacts say that you can. Also, Tyrus, if you will please do me a favor and check your holocommunicator when you arrive on the ship. I believe I have some extra information that may be of interest to you.
I suspiciously eye Tyrus.
I am back.
What?
What did you say, Nick?
I said I eye him back.
I am also eyeing Arthur, I guess.
I am
In a
completely
protective
oblivious
way.
to all of it.
I am now looking over at Rex.
I'm eyeing you suspiciously, Tyrus.
I am now looking back at Arthur.
All right.
Tyrus, I heard there's a holo message waiting for you when you get back on the ship on your communicator. Still eyeing you
Aye.
suspiciously.
The director sort of looks back and forth, and you can see the tension in the room. He goes, I believe it's a private matter for Tyrus, but he's more than welcome to share this information with you. I just don't make it a habit of sharing others' information. It's not a good way to make friends.
Yes, of course, of course.
My Roll20 is weirdly crashing for some reason. Suboptimal. Let's go roll20.net. Come on, game. Exit page. All right, so if everything's chill, you guys, the director says, very well. If you need me again, please contact Nino and he will send the message directly through to me. That is all.
Will do.
Fantastic. We'll be on our way at once.
All right. You guys can hear in the edge of his voice, he has like a sort of a military curtness to him, especially when he gets to the end of the transmission and he's conveyed all his information. He's like, all right, no more questions. I'm done. That is all. It's got like that real, like very disciplined military edge to it. Nick, you make your way back to the ship and your holocommunicator lights up. And he sends you that information. And again, this is up to your discretion, whether you share it or not. Yeah. So, do you guys have anything you want to ask 904 before you go to the planet and go meet Trey, your Banshee's technology?
I figured that's going to be who we need to talk to more than anything. Nino, you're going to be coming with us on the ship, or are you staying here?
Nino says, I will be staying here unless you need me to accompany you.
Do you see any need in that, Arthur?
You know, he might be worth something.
A droid could be useful.
You're right. You're right.
Nino goes, oh yes, I'm quite useful at negotiating. I did some just this morning.
Nino, what are your other skills?
I am excellent at communicating with people.
What about machines?
Huh.
I can communicate with machines.
We may need you. We're a little rough around
Unfortunately,
the
it
edges.
sounds like
I'm
you are
sure.
trying to steal me, so I would love to accompany you on your ship to meet Trey, and after that, I will remain with her. Unfortunately, I am the director's droid.
Oh, we're not trying to steal you. Just bring you along to use you and potentially keep you forever. That's all.
Just in case there's blaster fire, it's always good to have a meat shield around, right?
The droid chuckles. That is a good joke.
Yeah.
We're gonna get along great, Nino. Ty,
Nino goes, "It sounds
reprogram
like
the
we will."
droid.
Mm.
All right. So you guys make your way back to your ship, and Nino gives you the coordinates to land on the planet Pippin 4 in the city of Kors. And as you guys make your way to land, you see a very large cityscape. And there's just city, like buildings as far as you can see. This is a large city. Like there's millions of people living in the city. I say millions. It's not that big. It's just a big city. Don't get crazy.
Wait,
hey,
are we
Lindsay,
near
we can see
Endor?
you.
Way over
You
here.
what? No.
Way over here.
Where- Oh, hold on. I just realized I'm on the wrong page. I didn't move you guys. Where are you pinging? Joey, inside the yellow square? You're the little yellow square.
That's where we just were.
Yeah, I know. You're in the Triani sector already. You haven't gone that far.
Ah. So we just went down to the planet.
This is a massive fucking map. Like this is
This is all
Yeah,
of
this is
Star Wars.
This
But
is
there's
huge.
there's no planets here. I can't.
I know,
it's
Joey.
confusing.
You're in the middle of nowhere. These planets aren't charted on main maps.
we're in like space central right
BFE.
now.
You're in space BFE.
Where's that astrogation skill when you need it?
I have all these maps pulled up of the Star Wars universe. I'm like looking for planets. I'm
I
like,
linked
oh,
you,
how
I
long does it
linked you
take?
an intricate map of the sector, Joey, in Discord.
Oh, wait.
You can also give that as a handout, by the way.
Hey!
But I have to. It's the problem is it's an HTML thing, and I couldn't find a quick picture, and it's a whole thing.
I follow that.
Yeah.
I didn't click on the link fully. I just zoomed in the picture.
We got about 10 minutes left. So let's get you down to the planet and have you a conversation with Trey before I've got to go get my baby girl.
Sounds good.
So you guys land on a large landing pad. It's redundant, I know. On the base of this incredibly large building, you can see the words Banshee with the logo of a like a woman's face on the end of it. And a woman walks out to meet you. She's got long, flowing black hair. She's in a white, sort of business-looking suit, and she's got a smile on her face. She's pretty excited, it seems, to see you guys. And so you can she's out there before the ship touches down. So it's very clean. So there's not like dust and stuff going everywhere. And she's got behind her, she's got this much sturdier built woman with short red hair. And she's carrying a blaster rifle and wearing what looks to be pretty nice body armor, and seems to be like her personal guard. And they're waiting for you to get off your ship and come talk to them. Nino says, "There is Trey and her bodyguard, Darhi. They are waiting for us."
I start walking towards Trey.
She is smiling and waiting to meet you.
I exit out with him.
I am not smiling, just so we're aware.
All right. She does not seem to be off-put by that fact. In fact, your appearance is pretty rough, and she does not seem to be put off by that either. She says, "Hello, welcome to Pippin 4. Welcome to Coors. We are very pleased that you've arrived. The director spoke quite highly of you."
As he should have.
Ah, fantastic. The name's Rex, Captain Rex of the Liberator.
"Captain Rex, how excellent to meet you. We've been expecting you and your crew. Fortunately, the current CEO, Jusant, knows the director personally, and that's why he contacted him first. And you were suggested with glowing accolades."
Ah, fantastic.
Don't mind me asking, who suggested us?
"Who suggested you?
Yes,
Why,
ma'am.
the director suggested you."
Okay. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
No, it is fine. It is fine. Please excuse Darhi. She's a bit rough around the edges, and she goes, "Urgh," and just makes this stupid grunt sound.
What is Darhi again?
A droid.
Darhi is this jacked woman that's standing
Oh,
behind Trey. So
body
Trey
guy.
is
I
a
grunt
really
back at her.
slender,
I meant race.
elegant
Well,
woman.
race.
And
I grunt back at her.
Yeah,
Alright,
I mimic the
Darhi-
sound back.
she does not like you guys at all. You're not sure why, but she just does not. She's not a fan.
I give her a wink.
And so she does not return it. She just scowls back at you.
I
I
didn't
smile.
expect her to wink back. It's okay.
Trey says, "If you please follow me, we can have our conversation inside as we walk, and then hopefully you'll get to work and you'll be as good as everyone says that you are."
Yes, we're very excited to get to this job, get moving forward and helping however we can.
So she sort of begins walking with you, and she's talking while she walks, and she says, "Unfortunately, I'm sure the director made you aware we've been facing a lot of problems in the public relations department. You see, Banshee is the premier corporation located on Coors. We are responsible for bringing in great deals of money and freedom to our people, and because of that, they've supported us quite quite well in our recent elections, and Banshees run the planet for the last 20 or 30 years, I believe. Unfortunately, we have a direct rival on the planet. They're a company called Medilief. They produce large amounts of prescription level medicines and healing equipment, and they've become quite popular here in the Outer Rim. And Corsac buys a great deal of product from them. They believe that direct contracts and interference, and you sort of see her face get kind of like annoyed with more legislation will bring more money and peace to our planet. But we know that the best way to secure peace for our planet is with our income and with our corporation's ability to thrive. It's part of why Banshee settled down here right on the edge of the Outer Rim, because we believed it was the best place to pursue our interests without the meddling empire or gang interference or the corporate sector interfering with us. And so we are doing everything we can to secure the independence of the planet and the protection of our people. Unfortunately, with these bombings taking place and Banshee being the lead corporation on the planet, they're looking to us to stop this dreadful bombing. And we've been relying on our QSS force, the core security sector, to secure us and figure out what's going on. And they've not yielded any results. And to be quite frank, we've lost faith in our local authorities. Because of this, we've hired in and help. Unfortunately, if we were to admit to the public that we had lost faith in our security, it would cause quite large issues, I'm sure you can be aware. So we don't have the luxury of questioning them ourselves, nor do we have the luxury of sending personal members of Banshee Technologies to investigate things. So our hope is that you can either get to the bottom of what exactly it is that's holding the police force back, or perhaps you can just go investigate and figure out what's going on for yourselves. I have reason to believe, and obviously this has not been stated publicly, Medilief is claiming we can't secure the planet, and we cannot outright claim that we think they're behind the bombings. But there is a very large election coming up at the end of the month, and how this situation is handled will directly reflect on the upcoming elections. And so it would be of great interest to us if you were able to not only find and stop the bombings, which is obviously our number one priority, but if you could also figure out who's behind them. In an ideal world, it would be our foe Medilief, who's trying to bring in these restrictions on the planet and hinder our growth as a planet. But if it's not them, it's okay. We simply need to know who it is, and so we can prevent this from happening further. Figuring out who's doing this will, of course, result in our satisfaction, and we would love to have you as friends. And if you can prove that it was Medilief that was behind it, then I believe we will be able to compensate you even further, as the director's already made very clear.
He said triple the pay, right?
I believe double was the term he used.
Oh,
She sort of gives you like a sly
quadruple.
wink. She gives you a sly wink, like.
What kind of
Darhy
place
is still.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, Darhy is the whole time she's walking. What is the? Let me pull up my character sheet real quick. If everyone can give me a. Oh nope. I'm gonna look at Jody so I can look at skills. Let's get. Where is it? Not deception. Not vigilance. What skill is it? I'm really sorry.
Cool.
I think it's cool.
What's
No.
the check for?
Just give me a perception check.
Like-
Yeah, everybody just give me a perception check. Difficulty 2.
I have 3 success and
Joey rolled against no purples, so that's why.
I have a success, and what are those threats? What are those? I have 2 threats, a success and 2 threats.
Alex also rolled with no difficulty.
No, I
well,
didn't.
we just clicked the dice down
no,
here.
look, I have 2 purple dice on
Sorry,
mine.
not
Actually,
Alex. Cameron and Joey rolled with no purple dice.
yeah. Also, mine didn't roll 2 green dice with it. It was supposed to have 2 green.
I have
Okay.
2 things in the pool though.
I have 1
You guys
success.
are all just succeeding out the butt because there's no purple dice.
I added
I'm
my
just gonna
2
re-roll
purple.
mine.
Well,
And see
let
if it
me-
actually rolls it correctly this time. There we go. It had the right dice into that time.
Perfect. All right.
The Let me try
I-
it too.
Yeah, because mine had
There it
purples
is.
in it. It didn't have the greens.
How do you add the purple in it?
It
You
just
just
adds
click
like
it.
it's only difficulty 1. I forgot to mention. It's pretty easy to see.
It's only
Oh,
one
okay.
dice.
Yeah, just one purple difficulty.
I have one more success then.
Joey has one. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have one more advantage. I have
One
2
more
success,
advantage.
2 advantage.
I now have 2 success and a threat.
All right. So, Joey, go ahead and take a strain for me. You guys all can clearly see. Sorry, Teddy, go away. That Darhi is pissed that you guys are here, and when she says that we had to hire you guys instead of taking care of it ourselves, she takes that personally.
That was definitely
thinks-
perception. Good.
Yeah, definitely perception. She thinks that she should be taking care of this, and not you guys. And she is not trying to hide it at all. She's making it very clear. Joey, it makes you a little uncomfortable how outright aggressive this woman is being to your parties, being here at all.
I take a step forward in front of Ty.
All right, so I don't know who. Okay, perfect. Defend him. So Trey says,
What are you doing, brother?
Perfect.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
So what kind of places have been bombed so far? What are they targeting?
That's the confusing part. The targets don't seem to be particularly well coordinated. All the bombings have taken place inside of buildings or in public areas. The very first bombing that took place was in a crowded square, and there were hundreds of people present. And all of the bombings since then have seemed to have been, I don't know, more directed at property and locations, less at large groups of civilians. And this change in bombing tactics and the erratic nature of it has confused us, as well as made civilians feel less threatened directly, and more concerned that society around them is collapsing, if you will. The most recent bombing that took place in a small bureaucratic building. It's only 16 stories, and it took place directly in the center of the building, on the 8th floor in the central board meeting room. Not many people were present at the bombing, and I think the casualty number was. She looks at Darhi and she looks back at you guys, and she goes, "I believe only 12 or 13 people were killed, with only 20 or 30 injured." Much smaller than the initial bombing, which was closer to 50 or 60 innocents killed, with hundreds and hundreds wounded. So it seems like the bombing attacks have been focused more on buildings and places and visibility, as opposed to loss of life.
Arthur, can you make any sense of this?
It really sounds like it's a intimidation tactic.
She winks at you again, Arthur, and she goes, "Very astute. That is exactly what we've hypothesized as well. We think that they're trying to make a show of the lack of safety on the planet, and trying to force out our leadership and bring in a new regime, if you will."
Do you guys have any history with Metal Leaf that we should be aware of?
She sort of stops and she ponders for a moment, and she's like, "To be completely frank, we honestly mutually benefit one another's business. As an arms supplier, unfortunately, we sometimes get involved in unpleasant affairs, and we don't make it our business to differentiate who we should and should not provide the ability to defend themselves. Metaleaf has made it their business to provide product that heals those ailing from others defending themselves, and so because of that, we business-wise mutually benefit one another. Unfortunately, it is our views of how the planet should be run and whether or not we should submit to the rules and regulations of CoreSec that has put us at odds for the last 10 or so years. The general feeling of the populace is that they don't want to be meddled with or interfered with, and is what's brought us great prosperity and our ability to do what we do. It is Metaleaf that looks to change that and bring in the corporate sector and place these limitations on us.
It sounds like Metal Leaf might be an unpopular company on the whole planet.
Ironically, Metaleaf performs a great deal of public relations and HR development. They are very intelligent with how unpopular their stance has made them, and because of that, they are quite generous to the populace, more so in the last year or so, giving out great varieties of free medical aid and care, and even as far as providing housing for the poor. So it's actually made them they've become quite the people's champion as of late. Something
Popular
that
with the
Banshee
poor and
is
the
not
sick.
as do it.
They're popular with the poor and the sick.
Yes, I would say that's pretty common. Unfortunately, most corporations on the planet have quite a bit of trouble empathizing and connecting with that particular population. And due to the nature of our business, we found it difficult to conflate our identity on a corporate level as well as our identity on a public level. And it's been difficult for us. The main thing that we offer as a corporation is our security that we bring to the people. And I believe that's why they're going after us in this particular manner.
Trey, does Corsect on this planet have any identification, a badge or an emblem or anything like that?
So Corsac, in its purest form, they have a small head like a embassy, if you will, located in downtown Kors, and they do wear badges identifying them. They must be they're heavily regulated. They're not particularly popular, and so because of that, they sort of keep to themselves. Occasionally, they'll attempt to instigate new negotiations and things of that manner, but they're usually shut down pretty quickly. But yes, there are a very small amount of them present on the planet.
How many bombings have there been total?
6.
6 bombings. And they're sporadic in timing?
They've taken place over the last 4 or so months.
Or, I mean, is there a schedule, or are they consistent, or is it once a week?
They seem to be erratic, but they have gotten more dense. The first 3 bombings took place over the last 3 months. The last 3 bombings took place this month.
So they're becoming
much more frequent, yes.
frequent.
We fear that if we don't stop it soon, there will be 1 or maybe even 2 more before the elections take place. There's great disturbance in the populace about the safety of the actual elections themselves as well.
Trey, I need some help from you.
Anything I can do to help you with your investigation, I'd be glad to.
Can you get me some sort of identification, or myself and my crew, for both Corsect and inside of Medileaf?
She stops and she thinks for a moment, and she's like, I might be able to do that. I think I could direct you towards someone else that might be able to provide this for you. I think you can understand with our stance and location, we could not take care of this ourselves. But she looks over at Darhy and she says, Darhy tends to have friends that are quite good at acquiring objects. And so we would love to see if we could do that for you. She stops in front of a door and she presses a button and it opens. And in front of you guys, you see like a locker room, and there are showers and there are lockers. And there are, she sort of motions you in, and you guys follow her into the locker room. And she points to 4 lockers on the end. She goes, these are for you. One thing I think that might be quite beneficial to you is to perhaps take a quick shower. We have provided clothing for you to wear to perhaps elevate your appearance. We quite desire your skill set, however, a little bit more. And she gives you like a sly smile. Professionality might befit your station as well as your location on the planet.
I'm dying laughing this entire time.
And this will benefit you in your investigation, and won't get you thrown out of buildings. And she turns her head and she sort of giggles to herself.
I have a question, Trey. While we are investigating these bombings and while we are on the planet, are we to be associated with you and your company, or are we supposed to be private investigators of just here on the authority of the government?
You are contracted private investigators here on the authority of the government. How your funding has been secured is not particularly important to many other people. We've made sure that it has remained discreet. If you are said to be associated with Banshee's Technologies, I hope that you maintain a level of professionality. It will not
Banshees?
be... Banshee Technology is us, my friend. You are inside
Trey
our
works for
headquarters.
Banshees. That's why we're here.
Is she not like hear the sarcasm in my voice?
Oh,
I
she sort of
didn't.
blows right past it.
She's-
She's being super polite. And she goes, yeah, so if it does come out that you are associated with us as private investigators, it will not be the worst thing. In fact, if it accidentally is released that we've hired you, it could be some excellent public relations on our end. So I don't discourage it, but I don't recommend advertising it. It's not going to earn you any favors, if you will. But it won't get you into any trouble if that's what you're asking, nor will it us. So we're not asking you to do anything illegal or illicit. However, if you do find yourself in a situation, know that we do not condone illegal or illicit activities. But I will provide you with badges from our legislation that will gain you access to the investigation site as well as general locations, and they should provide you with entrance to those places without trouble.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. I'm gonna have to go on that note.
Yep, you have a short amount of time.
I have a short amount
Very
of time,
short.
so I'm going to dip, and I will be back at 10:20. All right. So, the last place we left you was in the middle of a conversation with Trey, and you were in a locker room being shown to some fresh, clean clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the very last thing she said other than telling you to not.
She's
gross
gonna
looking.
give us clothes and badges, basically, from
She was
Major
And a
Tech.
million credits. Is what I
And a
remember.
shower.
Would be more
Credits was
professional
what
and
she-
not thrown out of buildings.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And a
So
million
she sort of
credits.
giggled to herself and was sort of waiting for your response.
Trey, I don't know how we're gonna make Captain Rex over here fit in on this planet.
Yeah, obviously this is this thing next to me. No amount of shower will make it look better.
Brand, why are you being racist, man?
No, I'm just kidding.
Trey sort of
I'm
looks. She looks
super
offended at what
unracist.
Brand said. She's like, "We do not operate within the confines of the Empire. We do not carry such backwater thought processes as these. We allow all races and members of any species in the planet." This
Let
is
me
the
just stop you right
algorithm.
there, Trey. That was a test, and you passed. Congratulations.
She sort of she giggles to make you feel better, but she doesn't believe you.
Well, I'm going to roll a charm check.
All right, you're gonna try and charm her to convince her you're not racist.
Yes, because I'm not. I'm not racist.
All right, that's gonna be. Give me 1 second. Let me
It's genuine.
Brad, which arm are you least attached to?
Can I just be really cool about it? Can I perceive how she feels?
I think that means the right one, Rex.
Can I be resilient to her advances?
Sure.
He's ignoring that.
I mean, she's not advancing on you. She just thinks that you're racist. That's all.
What check
I
am
would
I
like to help
doing to
Trey
not be
And
racist?
knowing that Brand is racist by saying, Brand, you're clearly racist.
Oh,
Yeah, you can try and charm her. Oh, are you actually racist?
no, I'm very
Okay.
not racist. I'm
Then
actually.
charm-
That's why I said
That's
that.
my obligation is to not be. Like my motivation is to hate racism.
I'll tell you what. You can charm her to. I need to see. I don't actually have a thing for her. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What would she be?
Difficulty 1, maybe? That sounds right.
Yeah.
She's
I
not
think
easy.
that's
Is she easy?
no, absolutely not. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be a difficulty of 1 purple and 3 red.
Oh yes.
To convince her I'm not racist? That
Yeah.
makes
You
no
did
sense.
just say something very racist.
If it makes you feel any better, it doesn't matter whether she thinks you're racist or not.
It matters to me. It's my character. He cannot be perceived as racist.
All
You
right,
shouldn't
perfect.
say racist things.
All right, so your desperate attempt to prove that you're not racist has somehow made you seem infinitely more racist.
Trey, I am terribly sorry for the unprofessional and racist comments made by my crew.
Trey,
and he will
if
be.
you like,
I
Clearly
walk out of the
reprimanded
room.
publicly.
I
Brand,
leave.
which arm are you least attached to?
I go outside. I leave.
Trey, if you would like,
So, I want to. The rest of the group, she is unsettled by how, in the first 10 minutes you've been with her, how terribly unprofessional you have handled yourselves. All of you take 2 strain because you're trying to figure out how to make this situation less overtly terrible.
I threatened to rip
You're
his
welcome,
arm
everyone.
off.
I was
That's
about to say,
helpful.
I'm prodding this issue. Trey, if you'd like, we can leave our friend here, Brand, with Darhy.
All right. So, are you? Is that true? Are you really gonna do that?
I don't hear any objections from anybody.
All right. So, go ahead and give me a. We'll say it's another charm check. It's a difficulty purple with 3 red.
Difficulty purple with 3 red.
Oh, I lied. I lied. It's a difficulty 4 red, 1 purple. I didn't read one of her talents.
4 red.
What the fuck are her stats for to have 4 red?
Oh, that's
Like,
close.
Yo, the
All right.
fact that it's only 3 threat is incredibly impressive.
So, Cameron, you realize as you're trying to negotiate with this woman, she is no 9-0. All right, she is the face of Banshee Technologies, and she doesn't screw around.
I can't believe
So
it. She wouldn't let me charm her to believe
Go
I
ahead
was
and
not
take-
racist.
3 strain, Cameron, and know that you've not made your situation seem any worse, but that perhaps action is the best course here.
Action is the best. I take an unarmed slap, a light one at Brand.
I'm out of the room. I
That's all
I have
right,
left.
but okay.
Oh.
All right. So,
Oh, hang
Brand,
on.
as you leave the room, she sort of calms down a little bit, and she's like, "I see your friend knows how to at least conduct himself. I hope that comments like that will not make their way into the public sphere any further than this."
What happened?
And she sort of leans towards you, Alex, and she goes, "I'm terribly sorry for the way he spoke to you. As a captain, that must be incredibly difficult to deal with."
It's okay. It's actually incredibly out of character for him, but he'll be
It's
reprimanded
almost as
back
if
on the
he's
ship
not
in
actually
private.
racist.
Okay. All right. So she sort of calms down a little bit. She's like, "You'll find everything you need in your lockers. I've provided you all with a regulation light blaster pistol, courtesy of Banshee Technologies, just so that you look a little more professional. I know you might have your own personal arms with you, but take this as a token of our thanks."
So
Hello?
we need to add it.
Hello, yep.
Yeah. So you all get a light blaster pistol, and they're high quality, so they get a bonus +1 to damage.
Do we add that to damage directly?
Yeah, so the way damage with blasters work is a light blaster pistol is what, 6 damage, I think.
I do not know the answer to that.
I don't have the book out in front of me.
I will
I
pull
can
up a book
find it
now.
out.
Also, how did that resolve? My internet cut out as soon as you said take action, and I was going to slap Brand.
I
Yeah,
am still out of the room,
he
so I
left
have
the
not
room.
received anything.
Okay. All right.
So him leaving, though, I think was the best way. I think that calmed her down the most. You could tell that when she got angry, she wasn't angry because she is or isn't racist. She was worried that in the first 10 minutes, you were making overtly racist statements when she's trying to make you presentable.
Which, to be fair, is
Right. And in that moment, you could tell that she has a few misgivings about your crew, that she didn't select you herself, but that she's trusting that you guys are going to do good. Does that make sense? And you could just sort of pick that up from how much that upset her. So
okay. I did make a note. She thinks that Joey is racist.
Yes, for sure. Trey does. Darhy is leaning against the door frame, just kind of hanging out. And Trey sort of turns to you guys and she goes, "Does anyone have any more questions or concerns? before I leave you to gather yourselves.
Arthur, do you have anything? You're the more thinking type.
Did I can't remember this is out of character. Did she give us names earlier of people to talk to about?
She didn't really give you names per se, but she said that she wanted you guys to look either and go to investigate the last side of the bombing yourself, or to go look into the police force and why they weren't yielding any results with their investigations. Was the two leads that she sort of directed you towards.
Yes, Trey. Before you go, is there anyone inside of SEC we should try to talk to specifically?
Inside of what?
The local police, Corsec.
Um, we don't have, unfortunately, Banshee does not have very many contacts within the QSS force. The bureaucracy that dictates who is and is not appointed to QSS security forces is not within our confines, and typically they strive within reason to prevent dominant corporate facilities from maintaining large elements of QSS loyalists, if you will. So branches such as ourselves or Medileaf or others amongst us don't have very much sway within the departments. It's very heavily frowned upon for us to fraternize with the local security, if you will.
I understand.
I do believe Darhi sometimes deals with them, but she's not the most charismatic of sorts. Her friends are more, and she sort of smirks, dirty. She couldn't think of a better word to say, so she was just like, eh. And Darhi sort of like grins just a little bit, like she takes it a little bit as a compliment.
Darhy sounds like my type of person. Thank you for your help, Trey.
Yeah, so she doesn't really know anyone inside the police force. You're pretty confident that if they had a contact inside, they probably wouldn't have hired you guys.
Did you say we all get a light blaster pistol?
A light blaster pistol with 1 more damage than the base value, yes.
So that's a damage of 6?
I think so.
Yep, I looked up. I went off that character creation thing that was in the that was that Joey posted. That's just a screenshot from the book. So so that means damage 6, critical 4, encumbrance 1, hardpoint 4.
Yeah, so they're pretty like you pick them up and they feel good. It's one of the nicest blaster pistols you've held. There's a beautiful shrouded looking woman. So think like the Starbucks lady, but a little more edgy without the tails. Emblazoned on the hilt of each weapon.
It's a very fancy.
Very fancy.
Pistols.
What's the crit on it? Sorry.
4.
I'm gonna see if I can't.
I just went off that one because that was the light blaster pistol it had.
Let's see if this works. Control C. Please go. Please go. Yes. Except it's gonna be. Wait, why does it say 5-4? What is going on here? Oh, its damage is 5. Its crit is 4. Sorry,
Yep.
That's some ambiguous numbers.
Yeah.
But that's the stats. So you guys can kind of fill that in at your leisure.
Yep.
Trey sort of claps her hands together and she says, "Where do you intend on heading first, my new compatriots? Captain Rex, where's your group headed? I would like to know so that I might keep tabs on you, if you don't mind." And she sort of smiles politely.
Arthur, do you have any ideas? My first thought was one of the sites of the bombings.
I think we should go to the most recent one, actually. Hopefully
Excellent.
the scene is still fresh.
Fresh is a general term. It happened about 6 days ago. The investigation has been ongoing. Unfortunately, that particular location is scheduled for demolition tomorrow morning. The credentials we will provide with you should get you in the door and get you in there, but the QSS has claimed that the investigation is finished. There was no usable information and have scheduled the building for demolition. So it is still accessible, but I would access it sooner rather than late.
Who's scheduling for demolition?
QSS claims the building is unstable and a danger to those around it, and should be destroyed as soon as possible.
Sounds fishy to you,
suspicious.
Arthur?
Yes.
And Trey sort of smiles really wide, and she goes, "Yes, it is oddly suspicious, isn't it, friends?"
What is this QSS?
QSS stands for Core Security Sector. It's our local security force that we employ to keep our civilians safe.
Sounds like they want to keep something else safe.
She goes, "I have no idea what you're talking about, but it would be excellent to know exactly what they're trying to accomplish, wouldn't it, Captain Rex?"
We'll be on there as quick as we can.
If any of you are perceptive, she completely agrees with Alex
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
thinks they're sketch as hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a perception check against a no dice?
Yeah, if you could, please.
Okay. Perception. Oh, look at that success!
All right, Joey.
Barely.
Joey healed 2 strain because you've calmed down from being out the room, and you've collected yourself.
Sweet. I'm at 1 strain.
Yay! All right. Trey says, "I shall leave you. Darky will see to your needs and show you how to exit the building. We will provide you with local speeder transport for your trips around cores. Hopefully, you have everything you need." She hands you. She taps a thing on her wrist. You can see she actually has embedded in her arm a really intricate, fancy data pad, and all your communicators light up because you guys all got communicators, right?
I did.
I do not.
There's
I
one
got
in
a
your
couple of-
locker.
It's perfect.
I didn't actually get one, so now I have
There's
one. Yay.
one in your locker. Alex, you have 2.
I was like, these are 10 credits. I feel like these are very useful.
So you all hear beep beep from the lockers, and she goes, "I have updated your communicators with my personal number, as well as," she taps it again, "Dahi's. So if you ever have need of us, please do not hesitate to contact us. If you have any new information or leads, we would like to know immediately. The sooner this issue is resolved, the sooner we can get back to business as normal. I will leave you with Darhi. Thank you so much for coming, Captain Rex. I wish you and your crew the best. Please keep me posted."
Thank you. We'll make sure we keep you updated.
And Alex, you see her cut a look past you to Arthur, and Arthur, she looks at you intently, like she's waiting for a response from you.
I'm just gonna nudge him in the shoulder.
Well, you see this happen, Cameron. You see that she acknowledges Captain Rex as the captain, but then you see her look to you because she wants affirmation from you as well.
Oh, to Arthur. I thought to the
Yeah,
Brand,
to Arthur.
sorry.
No, to Arthur.
Brand. My bad.
Brand's still out of the room.
Yes.
Don't
I
worry,
misunderstood
Jay.
what was
We'll take it
happening.
from here.
Very good. She makes her way out the room, Joey, and as she walks past, she looks at you and she goes, "Brand, I hope that this breath of fresh air has brought new life into you and that has opened your vision to the world around you." And then she goes, "And has allowed you to represent Banshee effectively. Yes?"
Yes.
She claps her hands together. "Excellent. That's what I love to hear. Brand, your investigation is going to go swimmingly. If you have any need of me, your holo communicator is in the..." And she's acting at this point like nothing was ever wrong, like you guys are best freaking friends. And you can even feel like a little warmth coming out of her. Like it doesn't feel... You can't tell whether it's fake or not. Like it's the most genuine like appreciation.
Can
that
I
you
hear
felt.
this?
You can all hear it from inside.
Can I tell if it's fake?
Give me a cool check, Cameron.
Against
A difficulty of... Again, it's going to be 4 red and 1 purple.
Right.
You sure you want to do this?
Yes.
All right. Cameron, you think
I have an aneurysm.
this woman baffles you. You're like, I don't know how she likes him so much. She seemed so angry 2 seconds ago, and everything is perfectly fine. She's being totally authentic, 100%. All right, so
Updating my text tube probably thinks Brand is a racist.
So Darhi is still leaning in the doorway. She's got a blaster rifle slung over her back. and she's just kind of watching you guys do your thing. She's making no move to interact with you, and it's sort of your guys' prerogative on where you go next.
Well, I think we should put on these new clothing. Rex, you might want to take a shower. Just saying. I'm gonna take one as well.
We all may want to take a shower.
I have 5 strain. I'm gonna go chill out in the shower.
All right. So you guys all take a nice, relaxing shower. You can heal 1 strain for relaxing away some of that stress, because that was you feel really calm the whole time, but afterwards you realize how tense you actually were with her, and how much gravitas this woman actually carried with her. So you get dressed, you shower yourselves off, and then I assume you make your way down to a speeder to head to the investigation site.
Yep,
Yep.
that is correct.
Darhi, onward to the speeder.
She sort of grunts and turns around and makes her way down to the garage. The garage is obviously immense, full of some of the nicest speeders you have ever seen. Extremely high quality, extremely expensive speeders.
I just had stars in my eyes the entire time, looking over every one of them, just like, oh, which glorious craft do we get to pilot in here?
So she
Rubbing
takes
his
you.
hands. So
She takes
excited.
you to a pretty standard stock speeder. You can tell it's not got all the bells and whistles, but it's got it where it counts. They've gotten you an effective cruiser, if you will. It's like the Dodge Charger of speeders. Like, no one's gonna laugh at you for being in it, but no one's gonna be like, hot damn, that machine. You know what I mean? So it's just a standard open-topped 4-seat planetary cruiser. Hopefully, if you need stats for it, I'll get them. But
Hopefully we won't.
We won't need stats.
did I say that? I mean, its stats are gonna be here soon.
So Rex, I think you should take the helm. I know how you enjoy these things so much. The speeder just reminds me so much of you too.
Oh, can't wait to get behind the wheels. It's one of my
Ugly.
favorite things.
But Lord, do you got it where it counts? I pat you on the shoulder.
He's already like, Molly's like, he's just ignoring getting into the cockpit and getting like looking around and just excited to get to pilot a new anything.
Perfect. So if you in the dashboard of the speeder, there's a nice, really up-to-date neural net uplink. It's got access to basically the planetary internet. It's got comms, it's got radio, it's got GPS. Already in the GPS plugged in are the headquarters for QSS and the most recent bombing that took place. Almost like they had planned to put you in the speeder the entire time. So everything's sort of kitted out and ready to go. You basically just got to follow the map to get there.
Come on, what are you guys waiting for? Let's go.
Darhi, are you coming along with us?
Darhi just like, I'm good.
Oh, come on,
You
we could
guys
use
got
someone
it.
like you along with us.
Yeah, I bet you could.
I wink at her.
She does not wink back. She's like,
we could use someone who knows the area a little bit better. We don't mean to come and upstage everything entirely from you.
she's like, yeah, I'm sure. Are you gonna go, or are you gonna sit here and run your lady mouths all day?
Fine, be that way.
I will.
I get this.
I
feeling.
wink. I wink at her again.
Mumble under her breath something about drifter scum or something like that. And she makes her way back inside.
As she's walking inside, I quietly say, "I hope you find your dad."
She just ignores you. Yeah, so Alex, why don't you give me a piloting check, difficulty 2, with a boost die, because you got a map.
Okay.
What are our gypsies?
Still
Sorry, a gypsy.
a gypsy. So let's see.
No, I
That's
mean our gypsies wouldn't died.
And it was, what was it? Difficulty 2?
2.
And then with a boost die, right?
Yes.
Okay. Made sure I had all the dice in.
All right.
I piloted the shit out of that ship.
Alex, you get there in like 10 minutes. This place was like 30 minutes away, but you like took off like above. You took like the right star lanes, like you'd lived here your entire life. If you got any strain, go and heal that up. You're feeling really good about this trip. You think you're gonna make it with plenty of time to spare. You guys pull up to the middle of this, like what sort of seems like the business center. And when I say business center, what I mean is like you guys were in what would normally be like a downtown business center, which was the lights, the glitzy, the glam, the fashion. This is like the low end, functional, economic center of town. The people you see walking around, they're not as fancily dressed. They're not as the cars aren't as nice. That you see a few security forces walking down the street, and sorry, and the yeah, it's just like more functional. It seems the buildings aren't as tall. You know, they're upholstery 16, 20, 30 stories as opposed to the 60 and 70 story, 100-story buildings that you landed in. So it's clearly a lower end of town, but it's like functional business economic. You pull up to the door of the site, and you can see this building kind of sits in the like a clump of other buildings. So everyone, go ahead and give me a perception check, please. Or I'm trying to think, do I want to pick one person to pick and they can make the roll? So I'll pick one person to make the roll for the group. It's for all of you, but it's just simpler instead of everyone rolling. I'm going to pick one person and then add in a couple boosts because you're all kind of looking at the same time. And we'll take turns having each person make the group roll. How about that? So,
really quick, one random thing I just wanted to ask about, like out of the game completely, Nick, because I know you're streaming. How do you feel about swearing on your streams? Do you care at all, or watch it? Or
I try to avoid it, but okay. I'll just say this: if you probably will do better than Cody Watkins because there was one time he said five. He said 5 different ones in one sentence.
Yeah.
The good news is this is Star Wars, so we don't say the S word. We say space scum. We don't say the F word. We say whatever you think would be appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Like we can make anything you can say. It's like think Firefly, like go ram.
It was more just thinking like it was a random thought I had. It was like, wait a minute, I don't know how Nick feels.
I mean, if it's at a moderate level, I mean that's okay. But I mean, if it's like every other word, it's like okay, you gotta calm down.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Because I've been trying to do it less anyway. So
me too. I'm trying, Nick. I'm sorry.
I know, Joey. If you could quit.
Oh yeah, Joey.
So let's have Tyrus start us out with the first perception test of the night. It's going to be a difficulty 2. Let's do 2 boost because everybody's kind of looking together, and a lot of these things are pretty observable.
So what is the difficulty die?
2 purple.
2 purple.
All right, so you've already failed.
Why didn't the purple go in?
I got him.
There they are. All right, so 2 fail and 4 advantage. So, Nick, you see a building in front of you. You notice that it looks about halfway up the building. You see all the windows are blown out. You see cracks in the windows below it and above it. It's clear that the explosion took place about halfway up the building. You can tell that it looks kind of unstable, but you're not sure if it is or not.
Just so you know, he didn't roll. I don't think he rolled the advantage dice.
Okay, so there they are. So another advantage. So 5 advantage.
I rolled them myself. Those aren't his, but
right. I'm just adding them into his roll.
Okay.
So we'll take 2 of those boost die, Nick, and we're going to add them into whatever the next roll anyone in your group makes. So just so you guys are aware, you can give boost dice to other people. So you can spend 1 boost die. 1 boost die gives the next roll 1. So 1 advantage. Sorry, not 1 boost die. Let me. 1 advantage gives the very next roll. So if Alex rolls to below his nose, he gets a boost die on it. You can spend 2 advantage gives a person a boost die. So you could spend 2 of that advantage to give Joey a boost die, and the very next test Joey takes, he would get a boost on it. Does
You
that
have
make
to
sense?
declare. Does he have to declare who gets it? Yep.
Yes. So with 5 advantage, you could give a boost to Cameron and a boost to Joey, and then also buy a boost dice for the next roll.
So did that advantage I rolled earlier, like, does it go into?
Yeah. So I can. Another option is you can use advantage to discover something important about the ongoing conflict. And with perception, I use successes. It gives you everything. If you get a bunch of advantage, to be honest, the way I kind of do it is if you get 5 advantage on a perception roll, or what you got was 4, you're basically gonna know everything. I'm gonna give you 4 really important facts about what you're looking at, and then you may or may not have all of them. Does that make sense? But perception specifically, because obviously you can use an advantage to discover something about the ongoing conflict. Well, all you're trying to do is discover things about the ongoing conflict.
It's what we're doing in the first place.
Exactly. So you notice that the bomb went off about halfway up the building. A lot of the windows are shattered. The building doesn't look particularly stable, and you see a big, giant mechanical machine hooked up to the very top of the building. You're not sure what it is, but you can see this like really big contraption with like all these like gears and big looking claw things at the top of the building. So that's what you all kind of see as you go up, and this is for all of you, not just for Nick, because Nick rolled for your whole party. So that's how advantage works, and it works a little bit differently for this particular roll. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So do we like compound advantage, like store it, or is it just for the next roll after?
It's just for the next roll, and you can't be sitting on like 5 boost die. You can only have 1 at a time, and you go through them pretty quickly because they go on your very next roll. Also, there's a caution tape over the door. Well, I say caution tape. There are 2 metal posts with caution holograms floating between them, with a large protocol droid standing by the door.
Is it like? So we just walk up. It's like, oh. Just pull out that. It's like we're here to investigate into what happened here.
Ah, yes, you are. And he like leans forward, and you see his eyes like scan your badge. Certified to enter this location. Please be warned, it is scheduled for demolition tomorrow morning at 9 standard time.
What is the current standard time?
The current standard time is the equivalent of like 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Is there a way to send a message to delay that order for just a little while, to give us time for an investigation?
We literally have a day.
Searching. Unfortunately, the building has been deemed hazardous to civilians and buildings nearby. Demolition is urgent and is scheduled for as soon as possible.
Oh, better get in there.
The droid is just silent. He's clearly only interacts with you and spoken to.
Yeah, that was turning to them. Probably I'll press past the droid and start heading in.
All right,
so you guys... I'm accepting that fully. It's like, yep, can't do anything about it.
Okay, so you walk up to the door, and they don't open.
Not even with our ID badge?
Right, so most doors are you walk up to them, and they sense you, and they just open. These doors don't open. All right, he's here.
I know we've had problems like that before. South, like east, is just the default for where we are.
Nick, what's the last thing you heard?
To type it in because I sound like a robot.
Oh, okay. So you asked, did my something.
Yeah.
And we said what?
The last thing that I said, which I don't know if y'all actually heard, was...
We didn't.
I wave my hand in front of the door and tell everyone I saw this once. But then y'all said the power was out, blah blah. So yeah, we moved on.
Okay, we missed that. I'm real sorry. That's all. So you guys investigated the first floor. There wasn't really anything there. You made your way up the stairs. The building shifted. All of you but Joey fell over, took a strain. and then you made your way to the floor, and you came out on the 8th floor, which you feels like it's right in the center of the building, and you can see in front of you this big blasted map. That big black center crater is obviously where you think the explosion originated from. It looks like the floor around the blast site is torn down through the 7th floor, but the floor otherwise around it is there. It sort of drops down to the 7th floor a little bit, but for the most part, it seems like the explosion went out through the sides of the building, and up and down in the center. It didn't like blow a big hole out the middle. Does that make sense? So this is where you are. So Cameron and Joey try to identify and see if they knew the bomb. Do any of you guys have any sort of scanning equipment or any sort of detectors or anything like that?
Nope.
I pull out
Or
my
I don't at
communicator.
least.
You pull out
I
your
have my
communicator.
comlink.
Yes, I
Yeah.
call Trey.
Am I not
Alright.
in this?
Yeah, you have to drag your character in. If you look at your character sheet and just drag your picture over, it'll put it on the map, apparently.
So you have to give yourself a picture, but that's you right now. You're that blue thingy. You should be able to move it. Can you move each other's characters or your own only?
No, only our own.
Perfect. So that should stay that way because you have control over your character. So you should remove your token as well.
We'll have to tell the other guys and the other ones about it. That way that Ian and Will know they don't have to add us themselves. We can add ourselves to the map.
So if you guys want to give me a destiny point, you have scanning equipment that you brought with you. It was in your speeder.
Sounds good. That sounds good to me. I'll go check the ship. I'm sure there's something useful there.
All right. So Alex runs down to the speeder real quick, makes his way back up. He's got some bioscanners, and he's got some he's got a data pad with like basically demolitions technology on it. It's like a manual for bombs and stuff like that he has. So you guys can kind of cross-reference the blast area as well as scan the local area. So you can distribute those two things amongst yourselves as you see fit.
I'm gonna kind of shove those at Ty and be like, "Here, this isn't my job. This is what I'm good at."
All right, so Ty,
because you're the one that's tech-wise, right, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that I would know you're the techie guy.
All right, so Nick, why don't you give me a where is it? A computers check to operate that scanner and scan the area for data.
While they're scanning, I'm just gonna be chilling over near the stairs with the blaster pistol, just kind of like making sure that nothing is
Joey,
no one.
Do I have
Cameron?
Do I have any bad dice?
Yeah, you're gonna have one. It's gonna be 2 purple and a red.
I'm gonna give him an advantage on the roll.
Oh,
Crit success.
Triumph.
Holy moly! Our first crit of the day. All right, so Nick, you start scanning the area, and your scanner is going crazy. At first, you think it's a mistake because you're scanning for sulfur and whatever bombs are made of, C4 particles, stuff like that. And you realize that your scanner's going crazy, and you actually have set it up incorrectly. You had it scanning for biomatter and not for inorganic matter. And so what you're realizing is the whole area is just caked in disintegrated carbon. Everything around you is carbon. Like every organic thing around you was rendered into its base form of carbonized material. All the blast area. It's not like it wasn't burned and destroyed. It was like rendered back into its like original form and then destroyed. like it was decreated and then incinerated. And you realize that it's nothing like no traditional bomb you've ever seen go off does anything like this, short of it's almost like a turbo laser was fired in the center of this building. And it looks like a giant blaster went off. It's got that electrical discharge type thing to it, but it's not a bomb. It was not a traditional bomb. You've never seen anything like this, short of, like I said, a turbo laser shooting a room full of people. So it's clear, and the second thing that you realize is it's almost natural what happened. It's not like the molecules clashed with each other. It's like they interacted and fused together and then disintegrated. It's like whatever happened, everything in the room like became one and then ceased to exist.
How do you respond to that?
Guys, so my scanner's going crazy here. All right. Well, it turns out I've learned that there was not an actual bomb. Everything in here, it seemed like it became one, from what I found, and then disintegrated. It was like a natural. What was it you said? Natural. Yeah, supernatural.
Something that happened here was it defies reality.
Yeah.
Do I see any like bottles around the room, Cody?
Bottles?
Bottles.
Like just a general bottle?
Something with a lid that is clean on the inside.
Something with a lid that's clean on the inside. Most of them are shattered. Like I said, anything glass or like breakable has been fractured. Like there was a big sound wave blew them all up.
Mm-hmm.
But you look like a container then, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I need a container.
You need a container? Yeah, you can find a container, like a metal thing with like a lid on it, but there's nothing like fragile or delicate like glass around.
Okay. I'm going to take a container from around the room and scoop up some of the residue into it.
Biomatter.
Like piles of ash. I assume that's what these are.
Nick, you feel uncomfortable. Joey, you feel really nauseous. Cameron, you also feel really nauseous. Alex, you feel really weird, like the back of your neck is tingling, like ghosty, like in a haunted mansion, uncomfortable.
Guys, there's
Cameron,
something wrong.
Cameron, you
I don't
and
feel
Joey
good.
and Nick are more comfortable with this feeling. Alex, it makes you uncomfortable. Nick, Joey, and Cameron, it makes you feel sick.
This
Guys,
like force
about
sick?
done over there. I don't think we need to be here anymore.
Joey, like what you feel like that the extra special bits of you that make you special are making you sick right now.
Guys, this is not right. Whatever this is, this is wrong on many different levels. I'm concerned that we might be a little over our heads with this one.
Which one of you said they were looking for like a control center?
Me.
Joey, it's on this floor.
Okay. I go to
here.
control center.
All right. So the door is right here, and it is locked, and there is no power.
I will attempt.
Alex, give me a perception check.
Sweet.
With a boost, because Joey and Cameron are helping you. Also, you still have that data book of bomb cross-referencing info if any of you feel like digging around in there.
I'll take it and go sit
Radiation.
I feel sick.
All right.
I'm puking in the corner.
Nick, because you crit so hard, you feel like you understand this so well. You're able to move past the sickness feeling that you have.
Okay. All right.
I
feel better.
Shit out of the perception check.
All right, Alex, there are cameras everywhere. They're obviously all the screens in them are shattered now, but there is potential that whatever happened here was recorded. If you could somehow get power back to the building.
That was my goal.
Hey, cameras. Hackerman, can you get the cameras?
Well, we need power, guys.
All right.
Brother.
The door
Is
is
there any
locked.
kind of like? Would there be like a physical backup or anything like that? Like anything physically we
A
could
generator.
I
Yes.
mean like of the data. I
Of the
mean.
data. I don't know. Does the force will it to be so?
Well, I was saying, if we got to a control room, would there be would there be something physically potentially?
Yeah, it's very possible that if you get power back into the computer that are storing the data, that you will be able to get to that information, assuming it wasn't corrupted. Yeah.
We need to find a power. I will ask my brother, because he's mechanically inclined, if he knows of any if buildings like this have generators and where they would be. Nick, do you know?
And I would like to do a street
DM, do I know?
to kind of know if there'd be a way to rig the power off or on, considering I know how to turn it off.
Yeah, there's definitely probably a way you guys could get to rig the power on. The power is usually controlled from the base of the building down in the basement, and it's probably been turned off because the building is scheduled for demolition. But you might be able to, if you get into perhaps the control center or the basement, to be able to get a rig and get the power back on. Yeah.
I want to get through this door. I will look for something heavy.
All right. You're standing in a room filled with tables and chairs, and there's a couple paintings on the wall.
Does it look like I could beat my way through this door, or is it made of metal? Or
if you had perhaps a melee weapon, you probably could beat your way through this door. It's secured, but it's not like that secure.
What are you trying to do over here?
I would like to Star Wars open the door with a force point.
You would like to Star Wars open the door?
I had an idea.
Okay.
It's too late. I've used it.
All right, Joey. So you see in the middle of the door, where it's actually locked shut, there are two places where you think you could blast the bolts
away
apart, and then just pull the door open. So give me a attack check with your blaster.
Shoots brother in foot.
I'm gonna, since this changed, I'm gonna continue.
You just want me to shoot the gun?
What?
You just want me to shoot my gun?
Yeah, shoot your gun. Difficulty 2, because you're engaged. And you guys are guarding the stairs. Good call.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time because I know my character knows he has nothing to offer for this part of the investigation other than standing guard.
All right, Joey. So you, with laser precision, pew pew, blast the two locks holding the door apart, and you feel the door come loose. And what would you like to spend your advantage on?
I would like to learn something about the ongoing plot.
All right, so as you feel the door come apart and you shift it open, you feel the building shift again. It's clear it's still shifting around and unstable.
I'm going to go down to the basement. Rex, would you like to come along?
All right, so
where are you
Joey,
going?
as you pull the two doors apart, you open up and you see in front of you a big control room, and there's a few tables and chairs, and there's a desk, and you see these computers just sitting there. And as you walk in the door, you hear, and it's like you hear the lights turning on, you hear the computers start beeping and whirring up. Cameron and Cameron and Alex. So Arthur and Rex and Ty, you see all the lights turn on, and you're like, cunk. And so it seems like the power to the building has been turned back on.
By not us.
Don't know. You Ty and Brand, you're not sure who turned the power back on, but you know it wasn't you.
Oh,
Arthur
they did a good job.
When
the lights come on, I'm pulling out my blaster, like pointing it around, like afraid something's coming.
Man, that was fast.
On edge.
All right, Ty, come look at these computers. See if we can get any see anything from the video. The vid logs.
These are computers. Yep.
All right. And Arthur, you said you're making your way back down the stairs to the basement?
Yes.
All
I
right.
invited Rex along. He can come if he would like.
Okay. Rex, are you
I would-
staying or going?
I'm staying just because like I'm trying to like it's a good time to go down there. We need to stay together because we need to get out of here quickly.
I would
I'm
like to
so
see
good
it.
about this place.
You guys start making your way down the stairs. It's 8 flights down, so it's going to take you a little bit of time. And while you're doing that, we'll cut over to Brand and Tyrus, who are investigating the data center.
You want us to go down to Hanshot first, since we're all split up?
Oh no, you can stay. It's fine.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
I mean, do you guys want to get kicked out?
No, that was more of a question for you.
Oh no, I don't mind. I trust your guys' ability to operate inside of a world in which you know things that your character doesn't.
All right, Brand, what do you want me to look for?
I want you to look up the vid logs from the cameras, see if there is any like evidence that we could use or see what happened here.
Okay,
Pull up the video.
I let my fingers go to work.
All right, so your fingers go to work. Give me a computers check, difficulty 3, so 2 purple and a red.
Wait, why is there a red?
It's for Nick's obligation.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good job, Nick.
Yep.
He can tell you why if you want, but I mean, you may find out eventually. Who knows?
That's a fail with advantage.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nick. So you pull up the computer feed, and it is blurry, like someone filmed this in a snowstorm. The feed is there, but it is so brutally rough. You're not going to be able to watch it here. You need to download it and take it somewhere else and upload it and edit it. So your 3 advantage is going to be spent on you being able to keep it and go look at it somewhere else. But you can't, from here, it's just a bunch of video feed.
I try to squint at the screen to see if I can make anything out.
I'm gonna put it on my data pad.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to download it on your data pad. As the building's firing up, it's gonna take a little bit of time to download it. It's a pretty large file. This building's pretty old, so it's not compressed really well. And because of all the interference and editing, you're gonna have to stop it and start it and stop it and start it. It's just butchered.
Sure. I'd also like to look for a bottle of alcohol while I am in this secure room.
There is alcohol all over the floor.
Get licking,
the
brother.
Bottles exploded.
Wait, how did the bottles explode when I'm in a secured room?
The room still felt the sonic boom of the bomb go off, and the sound destroyed all the glass. The only reason why the computer screens are intact is because they're not technically glass. It's like a carbonate fiber data mesh thing, and so it's that harder, like really dense.
So the explosion went through the walls?
So
the shock
it's
waves.
clear to Nick it's the shock waves of the explosion. It's not actually the actual explosion itself. Also, something I forgot to mention, Nick, this is not super relevant, but it's important. In the middle of the building, you saw, I don't know why I left this out. There's basically the building is built around a central stabilization pillar. Like it's got one giant beam that holds the whole building up. And where the bomb went off, destroyed the pillar on this floor, the 7th floor, and the 9th floor. And that's why the building's so unstable. It's basically the middle of the building has nothing holding it up. So the only thing holding it up is the really weak polycarbonate structure. And so the building is liable to at any moment collapse down on itself and then fall.
Why are we here? Oh my gosh.
I'm really sorry I didn't tell you guys that part. But that's definitely something that he found out with his triumph. And I'm sorry, you're just not finding it out. So yes, when you feel like the building is unstable, Nick is 1,000% sure that it is really unstable, like really unstable. Did I stress that it's unstable?
When it is done with the thing, when I'm done with
we're gonna get the frack out.
To leave.
Okay. Can Nick and Brand, can you guys give me a vigilance check?
Yay, combat. Against
so when you're rolling a vigilance check, you don't roll it against
is this initiative?
anything. Actually, give me 2 vigilance checks. Give me your first vigilance check against difficulty 2.
First.
First.
Advantage.
All right, so Tyrus succeeded. Brand did not succeed. So Brand, you are really focused on the information downloading. Tyrus, you hear behind you the sound of a turbo lift that just arrived on your floor, and the sound of people coming out of it.
So they're
Would
like
we
right
hear
here.
the turbo lift from the stairs, like one moving?
You
near
guys,
us?
unfortunately, at this point, are down to like level 4.
But I mean, we would have heard it past us, or did it come from above? I guess.
I'll tell you what. Give me a perception check
Against 2.
against the difficulty 2. Yeah.
Because like ever since the power going, that was what I was saying. Is like I'm.
Yeah, you guys are looking
I'm,
for it.
I'm
For sure.
nervous.
Take a boost die as well. So Cameron,
I didn't know boost die.
Net nothing.
Alex got nothing.
They
Cameron
both
rolled
failed.
a boost die.
There you go.
Cameron.
Whole crap ton of
They
advantage.
both failed.
Okay, so with your 4 advantage, you feel like someone else turned the power on, but you don't know where they are. And
Do I
you can
just
get
feel
all-
Probably
like
on
Maybe
the
they're in the basement.
Yeah, they're probably on the ground floor. Maybe that droid turned the power back on.
Smart droid.
Rex,
The,
that droid was a hologram.
No, the droid was real. The caution tape was a hologram.
Oh my man.
the people that I heard, can I make out what they're saying?
They're not saying
You heard
anything. They're moving
footsteps.
quickly.
Okay, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I tell Brand to get down
Oh, why?
because there's people. There's people. Get down.
I'm assuming I now hear the footsteps.
Yes, you hear the sound of the turbo lift and people walking around out in the main lobby area.
I would like to perform a stealth check and hide under. Let's see. I want to not hide near these computers.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a stealth check to try and find somewhere to hide away from the computers. Difficulty 2.
Do I need to do a stealth check as well?
Are you trying to hide?
I mean, yeah, trying to hide from these
Then
people.
You should definitely give me a stealth check. Alex and Cameron, we'll get to you soon. You guys make your way through these.
That's really good.
Brand
Nothing
got nothing.
I did not find a place to hide. This room is barren.
Brand, there's some cover to get behind, but nothing that's gonna like if they get close enough to you, they're gonna figure out that you're there.
I'm going to use my comms to contact my fellow building dwellers and ask them if they just came up the turbo lift.
All right.
Can I do that? Are we comms with
yeah,
each other?
you guys are calmed with each
Yeah,
other.
we're comms.
Absolutely.
Ty, I'm gonna contact Arthur and Rex.
Sounds good.
Arthur, Rex, did you guys just come up the turbo lift?
Turbo lift, those are working. Power's out.
Well, power's not out. Someone just came up the turbo lift, and
Fake
it sounds
news.
like there might be a few people here. So if you guys want to head back up, that'd be really helpful.
Arthur,
They've got it
You
there
ready?
behind.
I'm going to walk out of the room.
Hold on,
and see
Lord,
who's
I-
here.
I'm sprinting up
Joey,
the stairs.
give me
I-
1 second. I gotta find something.
There's nowhere to hide. I'm gonna go talk to them
hang,
because
hang
that's what I
tight
do.
with me. Hang tight with me.
Ow.
Where is it?
I'm gonna leave the computer thing datapad with Nick.
basically
Hi.
leaving him there downloading.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
well,
use a
are we
destiny
done
point
downloading
for
or not?
this.
That was gonna take a few minutes.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. That's what I needed to see. Don't mind the name. So Joey, as you're trying to hide while you're in the middle of conversation with the people, you hear footsteps coming up to the door, and you hear "Back up, frag out." Roll vigilance for me, guys. We're gonna start some combat.
All of us, or just them two?
We're all gonna roll vigilance because you guys are gonna be in the combat since Joey just called you, and you're gonna hear some things on the tail end of his
Gotcha. Okay, so vigilance.
vigilance.
Is it against nothing, or is this an initiative?
Yeah, it's vigilance against nothing.
So this is how you roll initiative.
Yes.
Shabam.
Up, I had a boost die in there, but it rolled blank, so that's fine.
Perfect. So you got 2 success. So the way it works is 2 success
Point
and
something.
no advantage will be 2.0. So success and an advantage. So like
Woo.
that would be
2.3.
2.3.
I hope I'm going first.
I got 3.1.
I got 2.
No, it's not. It's individual.
It's
Yeah.
individual.
I got 3.1.
I don't know how this does it with it, but I know like there's an initiative tracker and like in D&D you can just click your character and roll initiative and it'll.
Yeah, there is a way to do that, I think, but I'm not really sure what it
Yeah,
is.
I'm trying to look to
so-
see if I can see like if there's an initiative button, like initiative.
So I
1,
can do it a
initiative 2.
little bit ghetto. What I'll do is I'll go here and I'll go text.
Then you just make the initiative thing and it just will auto do it.
Right. So I'll just go. So what do we have? I need to roll for them. How do I? Can I
So-
just roll in the chat box, or do I have to go?
Yeah.
There is a way to do initiative. If you go to your character sheet, you go to combat under character sheet, and then there's a way to roll initiative for a cool or vigilance
Oh, yep, there is. There is
NPC,
just straight up.
as well, Cody.
Yeah, under combat there is just vigilance of unexpected, cool if prepared, and you just
All right.
click it and roll
So
it.
what were the numbers we got? We got 0.2,
I got 3.1.
I got
3.1.
2.3.
I got 2, solid 2.
1.2.
I'm assuming a success is just 1.
So it's gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone get less than? So it's gonna be PC, PC, PC.
There's a built-in combat tracker.
I don't know where it's at. How do I find it?
Tracker. I'm trying to find it, like how to bring it up, because it's a baked-in thing. There's a on your bar to the left, Cody. You should see a little clock-looking thing. It's a turn tracker.
There you go.
Yay!
On the left.
Okay, so how did that get in there? There's a 1.3 in there.
That's your PC or your NPC. So now if we if you click your character token and hit roll initiative, it'll put yours in, and we can just edit. Oh, okay, it's just PC,
You can't
but it
edit
doesn't have our
either.
names on them.
That's useless.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
That's not helpful. So I've got the order right here. If you'll see, I've created a ghetto one here on the side.
Oh, okay.
So that's the order. The NPCs are going to get a surprise round, which is going to be a good time. So they are going to throw a grenade into the control room. So that's how it will start. So they get a free round, and then it will go as normal. Weapons and equipment. Let's go to weapon descriptions. Where's it at? Where are the grenades at?
They threw a fucking grenade.
Yeah, they did.
Oh no, Rip Brands.
I'm at the door. I'm not too worried, I guess.
All right.
You're in a
so it's-
room with a grenade potentially.
Well, they're
And-
yelling, throwing grenade, and I'm sitting at the door,
what
so
stat
I'm
do you
not
use
sure
to throw
exactly.
grenades? Does anyone know off the top of their head what stat you use to
It'd
throw
be
grenades?
ranged attack.
I have no idea.
It's basically improvised weapon, maybe.
I don't know. It's got a specific.
I think it uses something. Cause I remember looking it up. I think it used ranged light. I want to say because I was like looking at something where they were talking about like the difference between ranged light and ranged heavy.
I think it's range light. Yeah, they use range light.
Because they were talking about that's what would make it too strong. Combining them into one was like you also have explosives in that.
Ranged
for
light is what this is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Where's their range light? Okay, perfect. So that's good for you, Joey. That is a good thing. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna go to my dice pool. Close that dice pool. Beep, and we're gonna go beep, and we're gonna go beep, and I'm gonna use a dark side destiny point. Go back to 1. Give myself one of these. And I want to roll that puppy. All right, Joey. So the grenade rolls on the floor in front of you and detonates with a huge bang. They take a strain because the whole building shifts when it explodes. Joey, you take... Sorry, it's not so fast. It's going to be 9 damage.
Okay.
As it detonates in front of you. Nick and Joey, you guys are both thrown backwards from the explosion of this. And the guy there seems to be stunned. Let me go ahead and give you some of these. Boop. 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 All right. So that is their opening round. And then it is a player's turn. Who would like to go first?
I would like Nick.
Any player's turn.
So that's the way that it works. We roll initiative for our team, basically.
Oh, okay. So it's not per person. It's okay. So then the turn order thing before was fine then.
Alex and Cameron, you feel the building sway uncomfortably. It swings to the right and then back to the left. You guys grab onto the railing for support. Brand and Tyrus, you guys are both thrown to the ground between the explosion and the building shifting. This grenade should not have been detonated in this space. The computers seem to be okay. The blast radius wasn't big enough to reach back to you, Nick, but you definitely don't want another one of those grenades hitting near the upload that you're trying to finish. It's probably going to take you 2 rounds to finish uploading the data that you need.
About how far are me and Cam from being at the top, like being up there?
You guys were on the 4th floor when Joey called you, so you guys can use one maneuver will take you up 2 flights of stairs, and so you can take one maneuver around, and then you can strain yourself to take an extra maneuver. So you can make it up.
Take a full round.
It'll take you a full round to get up here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are we near the elevator?
You could probably run across one of the floors that you're at and try and take the turbo lift. Yeah.
How would that take us half around?
It would probably take you. Again, it's going to take you. You wouldn't have to strain yourself to make it up there in a round. So yeah, you could do that. Let's say you could run across. Well, I don't know. Run across.
We have to wait for the turbo lift to come down and then ride it.
It would probably take longer, yeah, because you have to run across a whole floor, which is going to take a whole round, and then you'd have to wait a round for the elevator to come down and then ride it back up. So it'd be 2 rounds to take the turbo lift, probably.
Okay.
Versus running full tilt up the stairs.
Yeah, I'll take the 2 strain and run full tilt up the stairs.
All right. Well, who's taking the first turn?
Oh yeah, that's
I would like to take the first turn, or Nick.
Yeah, you guys should definitely go first, because we can run up the stairs regardless of what's happening there.
So Cody, what do I see? Because you say I got blasted back by a grenade, so where am I? Can you move my character?
Sure, I can move your character. You got thrown back over here. It's clear the grenade came from over here. You can't actually see the guy yet, but you are 1,000% sure that there is a man out there, probably with a gun, probably trying to murder you. But you haven't seen him yet because he threw the grenade like around the corner without being able to see you. He like blind threw it like a pansy. And why he didn't throw a flashbang, I don't have a good answer for you. He threw a frag grenade just straight up. So it's clear that the people in here are not like they just came here to kill you. Is why they're here.
Okay, that's how I feel about it.
That's how you feel about it.
Okay, I'll let
you
Nick
don't
go
reach
first.
a room with a frag grenade and then ask questions later.
Frag first, ask questions later. That sounds like my kind of style.
Nick, I'll let you go first.
All right, Nick.
So do I need to give my focus on this thing that I'm trying to move over to the data pad, or am I able to actually?
I can try and hold them off if he needs to be present for the data pad thing.
Yeah, the data pad is going to take 100% of your effort.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to need you to take a give me a cool check. No, a discipline check. focused on that instead of doing something else. So
Okay.
you can take a boost
Discipline?
because you're discipline check, yeah.
Against
And-
difficulty 2.
Against the difficulty 2, yeah.
Why did it add?
It's a fail. Wait.
Why did it
that's,
add all those
that's
dice?
Jimmy.
I'm literally looking at the thing and it says 2 green and 2 purple and that's it.
Maybe it's because my dice pool has got that still in it. All
Cody,
right,
can you
try that
put
again.
2? Never mind.
Nope.
All right, Nick. So unfortunately, you've dropped to the floor.
Okay.
So you're not
All right.
focused on the data pad. So you can use your action this round to restart the download and start focusing on it again. Unfortunately, that's
Okay.
going to add an extra round to downloading it. So it was going to be 2 rounds, so now it's going to be 3 because you stopped doing that. And you've got 2
Okay.
advantage to spend.
I'll get up and refocus.
Okay, perfect. You want to use those dice to give you and Joey some boosts? Whoever
Yes.
goes next, give it. All right, cool.
Give it to
So-
Joey, I guess.
All right. So Joey, you got a boost die you're sitting on.
Okay. I would like
Boost.
to
Brand.
move this way with my blaster drawn and attempt to shoot this guy.
Yeah, so you're gonna use your maneuver to move into cover, and then try
Yep.
and make an attack action.
On this guy, yeah. The first person
Absolutely.
I see that has a
Yeah.
gun.
So as you dive out of the way and you see the expression on this guy's face, it's clear he thought you were dead. He was about to come into the room and examine your body. So go ahead and give me an attack roll at short range. That's difficulty 1.
Bum bum bum. Hit.
All right, Joey.
2 threat.
So your stomach is still in a lot of pain from the shockwave. So your
It's
dive
almost
and
like I
roll-
got grenaded.
It's almost like you got grenaded. You're gonna take 2 strain from you're making your way. Also, a side note, you can recover strain with advantage. I don't know if I made that clear.
Yep.
No.
I didn't hear that. That's cool.
Okay. Now you know. I'm sorry. So if anybody feels like they've got more strain than they would, you can take a few down. I trust you guys. Joey, so you open fire on this guy. I assume you're using that light blaster pistol that you.
That's the only weapon I have.
Perfect. All right. So you're gonna lay into him, and you're gonna deal. What is that? That's
6, you
base
said?
6 damage plus 1. So the way it works is it's your base damage plus however many successes you get. So to hit with a weapon, you're automatically adding 1. So you're dealing 7 damage to the guy. So you fire at this man. Let me check his stats real quick. And he has a wrong character. Boom. Yeah. So you lay into him, and he recoils back. You land a blow right in the chest, and it sears through his armor and burns into him, and he lets out a cry of pain. You've seriously injured this guy. He was not prepared for that attack, and he is in a lot of pain. You hear him gasp, "They're still alive!" and like he's breathing really, really heavy.
Mm.
All right, I need another player to go.
The other 2 are maneuvering. They already said they were doing.
Arthur
Yeah.
or Rex. Who wants to run up the stairs first?
I will. I'll run up the stairs first. I'll be a face coming through the corner.
Perfect. Alex, as you're running up the stairs, give me a coordination check. Difficulty 2, please.
Coordination.
I forgot to roll my advantage die, Cody. Can I keep
you-
it and just use it later, I guess?
Yeah, you can keep it and use it later, or you can roll it now.
I mean, it wouldn't change anything, I guess.
Holy
2 success,
moly.
2
Just
advantage.
wait.
All right, Alex, you are a pro at this. You're running, and you feel the building shifting under your feet, and you just run like almost sideways up the stairs as it shifts. Absolutely no problem at all. You can heal up a couple strain or get yourself some boost die, whatever you're feeling like, as you make your way to the top of the stairs.
Can I like heal 1 strain, take 1 boost since it's 2, or is
Yeah,
that
Absolutely.
perfect? I only have 1 strain to heal.
Yeah. So
Can I use would I have make it up in time? Could I use a light side point to basically just Star Wars running up the stairs, blasting at them?
So, yeah. So your weapon's already out, and so basically, you're just gonna use both your maneuvers, so you still get an action. So you don't have to use a destiny point.
Oh, I don't. Oh, okay, sweet.
You
Yeah,
have one
I
action,
thought.
one maneuver, and you can take 2 strain to get an extra maneuver. It doesn't replace
Gotcha.
your action.
Okay,
Right.
I thought the extra maneuver replaced action. Sweet. Yeah, no,
Nope.
I want to blaster at him.
Okay, so as you run up the stairs and you run around the corner and you stop, you see 2 guards standing out near where the turbo lift let them out. One of them is standing poised, looking around for hostiles. The other one has set up a light repeating blaster on a tripod and is scanning the area for you. And he sees you and he makes eye contact and his eyes go wide because he was not expecting anyone to come from the stairs. And so he's about to start firing at you, but you Han Solo him and you whip out that heavy blaster rifle.
Yeah,
and fire
regular blaster rifle, not a heavy, unfortunately.
Sorry, regular blaster rifle. So it's going to be a difficulty 2 because you're at medium range. Pretty much all of this engagement is at medium range.
All right, where is? Trying to find my.
You get a boost die because you got so much advantage. Your advantage boosts you.
I've lost my skill for combat. There it is. Oh, okay, it's under skills. It's actually I gotta fix that later. 2. There we go. All right.
Holy shit!
Holy crap!
That's a 9 damage shot at its base. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. And then what can I do with an advantage on an attack?
On an advantage, same thing. Give boost dice, find something ongoing about the conflict, or heal strain.
I want to find out something. Do I know anything about, like, just from looking at them, but they look familiar, like what they're wearing or something about them that would identify who they are? This man that I've just
minions.
shot.
Like CSA minions.
All right, so they're not wearing any identifiers. They look like regular mercs from here.
Okay.
But you feel that if you got closer and maybe investigated, they seem to be. Give me a streetwise check, Alex.
Oh no. Okay, that's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Difficulty 2.
Calls Arthur.
1 threat.
Your brain hurting thinking too hard. You don't know who they are.
I have no knowledge skills of any kind. I have every combat skill possible, except for lightsaber.
All right, let me calculate this this damage real quick. 4. What'd you say? 13.
13 total.
He soaks what, like 3, 4?
All right, so you see the blaster. He jams his fingers down on the trigger, and some blaster bolts start firing past you. But you just lay into this guy. The other guy runs forward and takes a knee, and you just blow him apart. You catch him with like 4 bolts in the chest, and he just is slammed on his ground to the back. The bolts then fly through his body, and they start. One pings off the gunner's armor, another hits him in the shoulder, another hits him in the leg, and he cries out in pain. And his like tripod jerks down, and he starts blasting the ceiling and screams in pain. And like without letting off the trigger, stands back up and starts shooting at you. He is bleeding profusely. You outright killed one of the guys, and then the other one is very badly damaged.
Yes. And then I'm guessing I'm getting shot at now.
Yeah, hold on.
Is it an NPC next?
Oops, I just closed the wrong thing. That's the worst.
Why are there only 2 NPCs? Are they
maybe
2? Are they pairs?
They are in, yes, so they operate in minion groups. There's 2 minion groups. It makes them more effective at doing stuff, but they also are easier to control, and they share a health pool and stuff.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Why
it makes them feel way cooler to kill too, because
yeah, no, that feels a lot better than just killing one person.
Yeah, so your shots cut through one guy into the other guy for sure. I need to. They have.
I'm just screaming the entire time, just blasting at him.
Obviously, just screaming at the top of your lungs because there's no other correct.
No, not at all.
Can I secret roll?
I don't know how in this.
Can you whisper yourself?
I would go look at the API for these dice. I know in the other one it's like GM roll.
I did it. It's GM roll.
Yeah.
All right. So
I didn't know if
is...
this API was different because I think I can do a GM roll and we can both see it. I believe. Like I could do a secret roll to you.
Hold on. I did it right once. There we go. All right. All right. So with this outburst, you guys feel the building lurch hard with the blaster fire that's just screaming through the building, and the screaming that's taking place and the running. The building is it's starting to do this like wobble thing now that's going on. It is destabilizing quickly. The PC will take a shot at you. They're heavily injured from your last attack, and so he is to here. So he's going to make himself an attack roll at medium range. All right, Alex.
Yes.
As he focuses up, maybe perhaps it's his dying will or something like that. But he starts firing back at you, and he's getting dangerously close to hitting his target. And so in Star Wars universe, damage isn't really damage. When you don't actually start taking damage until you start taking critical injuries. So you have 14 HP. The shots get close, they whiz past your head, they almost hit you, but your HP doesn't actually get hurt until a blaster connects with you, and then that's a critical injury. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's going to be 13 damage before soak.
I have a soak of 6.
So that's 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
Yeah. So the bolts are aiming straight and true, so you dive out of the way to keep them from tearing you apart. But this guy's just laying on the trigger and firing as hard as he can. Cameron, you're up.
I'm going to take a strain, take 2 movements to get all the way up the stairs.
It's 2 strain, but you got it for sure.
Okay, 2 strain.
So
can I see?
You see Alex laying on the floor. You see blaster fire whizzing over his head.
Mm-hmm.
You peek around the corner and you can see a guy here with a tripod set up on a light repeating blaster, just firing as fast as he can at Alex.
Mm-hmm. Is this a handrail?
Do what?
Is this a wall or a handrail?
It's like a wall.
Okay. Is this a handrail?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hop over it, like dive down to here.
Okay.
And take a shot at this guy once I hit the floor.
Wouldn't you be out of movement by getting to the top of the stairs?
I don't know. I'm letting Cody.
I mean, it's not that far. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to take. That'd be like taking cover.
Oh, I didn't know that was an action. Okay, I'll just shoot him right there.
It's a maneuver. All right, it's gonna be difficulty 2 because it's at medium range.
Why is there 4 dice?
Do you have 4 agility?
No, 4 purples. I only put 2 in the thing.
I don't know. I think my dice pool is affecting it somehow.
Wait, are you rolling off the skill or are you rolling off the dice pool?
I put 2 dice in the dice pool, then hit the skill.
Oh, so then it added the dice pool and your skill together.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna hit a thing. Okay, that just rolled me 4 green. Never mind.
I think. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll a blank and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. It's weird.
Yeah, that's very odd.
All right, just roll 2 purple. What do you have? 2 agility?
3, I think. No,
okay.
2.
Do you have any range light?
I do, yes.
Okay. How much range light do you have?
Like rank 0.
Okay, so then roll 2 agility, so 2 greens. You said 2 agility, right, or 3?
Yeah, so 4 greens altogether.
No, so whenever skill and characteristics overlap, they turn greens into yellows until one exceeds the other, and then it adds more greens.
Okay.
So you take the
So-
highest number. What's the highest number? Your ranged light or your agility?
My agility. I guess they're
Alright.
both. Well, my agility's 2. My rank is 0 in range light, but it's a career skill.
It doesn't matter if it's a career skill. You have to have a rank in it for it to actually
Cool.
do
I don't have
something.
a rank in it.
That means
Alright,
you only
so-
get 2 green dice.
2 green dice and 2 purple dice. All right, so you start firing at him, and he kind of like is ducking behind the tripod and like trying to evade out of the way. You take a strain because there's a lot of fire still coming at you from him because he's clearly trying to like suppress you guys and keep you pinned while he's firing. So you are going to miss that shot. That brings us to the next group of NPCs.
Hit the clear button multiple times.
It's weird.
Try that. That's what I had to do.
So they're both gonna shift to the sides of the door, Joey, and they both basically lean around and they just gonna start firing at you, trying to take you out. So you are in cover, you said, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I
I'm
thought.
gonna grab a drink in 2 seconds.
So that's gonna give you 1 defense die. It's gonna add a black negative die to them. You can also use force dice to make their checks more difficulty, just so you're aware.
Okay.
If that interests you at all, you can do that. Do I have any
I think
dark
I'm fine.
side? I have no dark side points, so.
You have 1 dark side point, don't you?
I
Oh,
do,
you
but
used
guys-
that one, didn't you?
I have 1 left. You guys just aren't using your light side points very much. So they're gonna take a firing shot at you, Joey, trying to take you out of action. And with 2 people just opening fire in a fusillade at you, unfortunately the cover doesn't do much to stop the blaster bolts piercing through, and they're gonna slam into you for what is that, 7 damage? Yeah, it's gonna be 8 damage to you, Joey, before your soak. So 8 minus your soak.
Sweet. Okay.
All right. And then that they are posted up, and Cameron and Alex can see the 2 guards over here firing into the control room at what you can only assume is Brand and Ty, with the guy here still laying on the trigger, blasting into you guys. And so we move into a new round with whoever wants to go first.
I can go first if no one else wants to, I guess.
I said we have 3 players first, so.
I mean, all I'm going to be doing is focusing on getting
We'll
this
let
data
Nick go
transferred.
last.
Yeah, do I have? So can I get into cover as a movement, or is that an action?
Getting into cover is a maneuver.
Okay. Is there any good cover I can get away from this guy, but still see these over here?
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff in the corners here, or you could make your way over to somewhere, like you could try and move around down and through this way and get a good shot on them. Absolutely, you can move into there's like tables and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll go behind, I guess this land like looks like a fridge or something. I don't know what this is, whatever this machinery thing is here.
Okay, yeah.
So that I can get a clear shot at them.
That works for me.
Basically ducking down away from his, and then I'll take a shot at these 2 over here.
All right, so give me an attack roll. It's going to still be at a medium range.
Okay. That is not correct. No, ignore that. I'm just going to
Wow.
Rex has been hitting the gym.
There we go. That's more. No, it's still. What is it rolling? It's rolling so many random dice.
Yeah, that was the problem I had.
Good God.
Cody, can you clear your dice pool?
Yeah, hold on. I think it's my dice pool that's messing it up, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think you're adding us in dice. Yeah.
I think you can just put 2
Just
purple
the way
and leave them.
it's supposed to work is we're
Alright.
supposed to roll our
Oops.
dice, and Cody is the one who's supposed to supply the purple dice. So Cody, what you do is you say, give me a perception check. You don't even tell us the difficulty. You just
Okay.
roll it, and we roll it in your dice pool there, and it pops up.
Oh,
Alright,
I bet
Alex,
that's what it is.
Give me
Yeah.
give me an attack roll.
Okay, so you have the purples in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, except for that's wrong. I hit the wrong weapon.
Use the correct weapon.
And I have a black die in there doing nothing. Okay, we have a roll that's finally the right roll, and we're good.
Why is there a black die?
I don't know, but it didn't do anything.
How much damage is that, Alex? They were in cover.
Total.
10 total damage. All right.
Yes.
So that's 10 minus their soak. All right, pull out this untitled document. So 10 minus their soak. All right, so Alex, you sneak around behind them and you open fire. They have no idea that you're there, and you don't even fire more than 2 times. You both throw one shot, it goes through the neck of the first guy. Then you move to the right, pull the trigger again, cut the second guy down as well. They both slump to the ground. They are have been mortally wounded. One is instantly killed. One is dying right now. They're dead.
All right, and then I'm just gonna hunker down behind that and keep hiding.
All right, give me another PC.
How far can you move in a movement?
You can move short to medium, medium to short, short to engaged. It's 2 maneuvers to move from medium to long range. Oh my goodness.
So could I like go around the room and get behind this guy?
Yeah, I'd say you could use a maneuver. Are you trying to get around behind him?
Yeah, like come around this way.
Yeah, it would probably take 2 maneuvers to make it all the way over there, but you could definitely do that. Are you trying to do it stealthily?
Never mind. I'm just gonna like bail off right here and shoot him.
All right, so you're just gonna jump into cover and fight with him.
Yeah.
All right, take a shot for me. Let me make sure my pool is right. Yeah, you are ready to go.
My goodness.
All right, Cameron, you start firing, and he hasn't stopped shooting yet. This guy is just firing the whole time. So he follows you all the way down into cover, and you get up and start firing, and you let some shots off, but they go wide because this dude is just, he won't let off the trigger. And Joey and Ty and Brand, you can hear this guy screaming from the other room. It sounds like he's being tortured to death. The gunfire sound is deafening. He's putting pock marks all into the wall. He's just losing his mind. Yeah, Cameron. So unfortunately, you missed pretty badly, just because there's so much going on.
I would like to go next.
All right, Cameron. As you're firing back and forth, and your blasts are hitting wide, and his blasts are hitting wide. All 4 of you, give me a coordination check. Difficulty 3.
That's on your
So
end.
you
That's on
determine
you,
the
man.
difficulty.
Oh, everyone, give me a coordination check now.
Yep, that works.
Perfect.
That's a bad roll, but it physically worked.
All right, so Brand, go ahead and you all stay on your feet, except
I made
for
it.
Arthur and Rex. You're both thrown to the ground. Take 1 damage because this time the building lurches violently, and you all take a strain from that. Alex, you take 1 wound and 1 strain. No, Alex
Okay.
takes 1 wound and 2 strain.
Okay.
Cam, you take 1 wound and 1 strain. Give me a group perception check. Who took the last one? So we need a new person.
I believe it was Ty last time.
Yeah.
All right,
Ty,
Ty.
Rick.
So let's get a group perception check from Arthur with 2 boosts because it's a group check.
Do you put those in or do I?
I'll put them in. Sure.
Okay.
It's ready for you.
I was trying to find it.
All right, Cameron. This building is unstable, and it feels like it could come down at any moment. All the fighting that's taking place inside of it is not doing it good at all. As you guys have been running around and shifting and shooting, you can feel the building is suffering a lot of strain from trying to hold you guys up.
I come do it. Can I talk over the comms?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I come onto the comms and tell everyone, guys, we need to get out of here ASAP. or we're going to become a part of this building forever. And can I use my advantage to heal strain?
Yeah.
Is it 1 point per?
1 point per.
Sweet. So
All right.
I yell that over the comms.
So we took. I think whose turn is it?
I would like to take my turn next.
Yep.
All right.
PC 3.
Joey. Sorry, Brand Aston.
I would like to maneuver and then maneuver a second time and tackle this guy off of his thing.
All right, so take 2 strain and give me a brawl check.
Are you determining difficulty?
I am. Give me 1 moment. I believe.
Can I also use a Star Wars dice, a Force dice?
Yeah. Absolutely. Star Wars it up.
And I'd like to use my advantage dice that I didn't use on my last turn.
You want to roll all the dice.
All right. So what are you using your Star Wars point to upgrade your check?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your brawn?
3.
3, and what is your brawl?
I have no points, and I have no rank in brawl.
Right.
So it's just 3 green. So I upgrade that to yellow. So it'd be 2 green and a yellow with a boost dice.
Correct.
And I can roll that now. Are you ready with your pool?
Yep, I'm ready. All right, so you come screaming around the corner and you hit that guy with your shoulder, poof, and you knock him to the ground. You have what, 2 brawn or 3? 3?
I have 3 brawn.
Okay, so you hit him really hard, but you feel his armor soak up the impact, but it does knock the gun free from his hands, and he's laying on the ground, sort of pinned underneath you.
Okay, and I'm gonna. Am I grappling with him now?
Yeah, you are. You guys are grappled together.
Sweet. All right. Can I do anything else, or is my turn over?
That is your turn.
Okay.
Because your action was the attack, and then your 2 maneuvers.
Now we're rolling on the ground.
You're rolling on the ground. So
in an unstable building.
The officer underneath you, you feel him pull out this beat stick, this truncheon. He pulls it free, and he kind of like pushes you back, and he takes a swing at you with his weapon, trying to beat you off of him. So that's
will it not be an opposed check because we're grappling?
Well, there's no technical grappling in there's no rules for grappling in the game. You're just engaged and make attacks against each other. You can't prevent him from making an attack by holding him unless you do enough strain damage to him to knock him out.
Joey, I feel like every time we do a roleplay together, you end up spearing someone in the first session.
You try to grapple people. So you're holding him, but he's going to pull out a stick and he's going to start beating you with it. So it's going to be an engaged check. So you are holding on to him, but it's not preventing him from making action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So he's going to make an attack against you. And that's going to be, it's just going to be 2 purple. And then he gets 2 of these. And then he rolls it. All right, so he is flailing wildly, trying to knock you back off of him, but you're holding on to him too tight, and he can't get a good angle at you. So you guys are kind of like pushing each other around with him swinging over your head, and you kind of like pushing him off with your shoulders. And he is gonna try and he does manage when he swings his stick. He knocks the blaster that you were holding in your hand out of your hand. So you drop your blaster as you're fighting with him, but he doesn't need it. You. All right, and Nick, Tyrus.
I'm continuing to focus on this, trying to get this data to go over.
All right. Give me a computers check with no red this time because it's not hooked up to the internet right now. You're welcome.
For me, it should just be 2 yellow and a green.
Did you have that in your dice pool, Nick?
Oh
no, I don't have anything in my dice pool.
I'm bad at my job. I'm sorry. Do it again, Nick.
Well, did it again.
All right, Nick. So you come back in with renewed fervor, and you start punching away at it, and you've got it down. You actually end up
Nick has too
focusing
many
in.
dice again.
Yeah, I have too
Yeah, I
many
don't know.
dice again.
You didn't have the right number of purples either, but it's gonna probably average out to about the same. Hackerman. All
Yep,
right.
I put in an image of Nick right now. And,
So Nick, you managed to stay focused, and you're hacking as fast as you can. It's gonna take you 2 more rounds to get this information out of the computer. Joey, as you're fighting with the guy,
it's a continuous
you
thing.
slam into a wall as hard as you can, trying to keep him from beating you to death with this stick. You guys all hear the building go, and then you hear like this sound activate. It's like really, really loud, but it sounds far away at the same time. And you hear this loud smashing noise, like something's being crushed, like compacted down. And it's way above you, and you guys see little shards of glass start falling from the ceiling. The ceiling starts shaking loose, like dust and fibers from it start coming down around you guys, and it feels like whatever device was on the roof, the building has become so destabilized that it's activated prematurely, and has begun the destruction process of the building you're inside. To prevent it from falling over because it's deemed the conditions too unsafe to continue.
So it's just being destroyed one floor at a time from the top down.
It's being destroyed a little bit faster than that. You guys hypothesized that about the length of one round, it's destroying 1 to 2 floors. It's going pretty fast.
How many stories is the building?
That's a good question. You don't know.
Why would we not have an average guess?
You guys
is it
have
10 stories or is it like 20 to 50?
16 and 20 stories.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is it Argo yet, or is it a new round?
Yeah, it's going to be a new round.
Can I rush over to them grappling and basically just try to grab him with my shot gloves, basically try to incapacitate him?
Yeah, absolutely. You can make a melee attack against him. Difficulty.
Just I'll rush over and just throttle him with some shot gloves.
Wait,
is this a non-lethal attempt?
Yeah, this is me trying to basically just knock him out of this.
That keeps clearing the destiny pool. That's why it's messed up. All right, hold on.
Yep, holding.
Try it again.
All right, so in theory that should be this. That looks like the right number of dice.
Alex, you walk over and you grab this man by the throat and just watch the electricity cover his body. He goes, and then immediately goes limp. He like doesn't even have a chance to scream. You knock him out so quickly. So you're just standing here holding a throttling, thrashing, electrocuted man. He is super unconscious. You've almost electrocuted him to death. He's so unconscious.
I'm gonna kind of just toss him over my shoulder, kind of like, let's get out of here. Just like I am not going to be in this building anymore, but I'm taking this man with me.
Yeah, for sure. So, Nick, you've got 2 rounds left to get that computer info out.
Or I guess actually, since we have a round.
Yeah. So you're out of combat is over, but we still are sort of operating in ambiguous.
I do want to take a moment while he's still incapacitated, take some binders out of my bag and basically bind his arms, like get him cuffed, basically.
Yeah, do you have binders?
Yep, I do. I have 2 pairs of binders.
Of course you do, Alex. You bind that man up good.
I took basically like what would a bodyguard have, and I'm like, he'd be prepared for things like this. I took some binders.
He is bound and unconscious.
I would like to stand up and grab his repeating blaster that he had with the tripod.
You have it.
Pick that thing up. And
it's yours now.
It is mine now. Much better than my stupid pistol.
Hey now, that was a gift.
Yeah, well, I can't use it, is what I meant. It's not your gift that's stupid. It's my ability to use it that's bad.
That's fair. So yeah, you guys are kind of on a ticking clock right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, waiting on Ty.
Yep. Here, just give me a minute. Just one more minute.
I'm
just going to add it.
I'm gonna go.
Is there any
the turbo lift open?
Is there anything I can do to actually speed up this process?
I think a turbo lift down is a really bad idea.
Is there anything you can do to speed up the process, Nick?
Yes.
You might be able to rig your data pad to hook into.
Force
If you
point.
use a Destiny point, you brought a bunch of cables and stuff that let you hook into 2 mainframes at once and try and download from both consoles at the same time.
Do it.
Okay, I want to do that.
All right, that's
Problem
gonna
is,
reduce.
do we
the
have a
difficulty
Destiny
from
pool anymore,
3
Cody?
down- yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's been using some as well, so we
You guys have like 5. Like
Yeah.
you're not running out.
Yeah, that's why like
Okay.
I
No,
was
it
really
just had
asking,
0
like,
earlier.
oh,
You
no.
reset
Yeah,
it.
I
was just
cleared it
making sure.
accidentally. So that's if you use that Destiny point, Nick. That's gonna reduce the difficulty of this test from 3 down to 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So you're still gonna be taking a setback die because the building is quaking around you guys. Like
Okay.
it's like think Star Trek, and our ship's just been fired a rocket at, and the actors are like flopping around on the deck. Like it's that level of unstable. Like everything is just like someone's setting up a jackhammer underneath your feet.
Can I examine
Okay.
the bodies of
Uh,
the people?
We have a
Yeah,
living
absolutely.
one.
Okay, I'm a living
It's
one.
gonna be
see, I'm gonna go ahead and just while they're doing whatever and start making it down the stairs awkward to this man because I know it's gonna take me longer carrying him.
Yes.
I'm just gonna
Alex,
start making it down the stairs.
Alex has made a keen observation. You're not gonna be able to go down as fast as you came up for a myriad of
Yeah.
reasons.
I
Cameron,
know
you can
carrying someone I'm gonna need to start
examine the
heading
body.
down.
It's gonna be 1 setback because you're on a giant quaking
Yeah.
machine.
So what am
So
I
to-
rolling again?
So go ahead and roll Cameron for me the investigation,
Oh yeah,
and then we'll get to Alex's.
follow.
Well, I kind of want to know like if they're associated with anyone and
Yeah, for sure.
what's on him. And okay, cool.
That's why I'm carrying this poor man.
Where is investigation?
It's not investigation. It's gonna be perception. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh? Bam.
All right, so these guys they weren't smart. They were smart enough not to wear any identifiers, but you can tell by the way they were moving and the equipment that they had. It seemed odd that they're equipped with police batons, truncheons, and not like knives or something like that. They have high caliber weaponry. The weapons they're using seem to be police issue weapons. So all their equipment seems to be police equipment. The way they moved seemed to me like they moved like policemen, but they don't have any identifier saying we are policemen.
So
make
I want to
sense?
take his blaster.
Yeah, absolutely. It
I
is a what kind of gun is it?
So he doesn't have
It's
any
a riot
identification.
gun.
Okay. He doesn't have any kind of identification on him at all.
No identification at all.
No tattoos. No nothing. Cool. It's what I can see, anyways.
Not that you can see with just like investigating. If you stripped him naked, you might be able to do that. But just with like rifling through his pockets and stuff like that, it doesn't seem to have anything on him like that.
We'll get to that later.
Okay, you can bring the body with you if you want.
No, I'm gonna talk about the other dude.
Okay. Oh God. Yeah. So Alex, go ahead and give me a coordination check.
Coordination. Okay. Am I good to make it?
Yep.
Can you shoot me the stats on the right again?
That's not right.
It was 2 purple. That black didn't do
Should be-
anything, so it's
Should be 3
fine.
purple.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Let me just kind of just roll 1 purple, add to it, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Rolled
It's
3.
rolling. It's
Let's
rolling
take the
Cody's
first one.
dice.
It's rolling your pool, Cody.
All right.
Cody, do you have a black dice added to this?
All right, there. It added a failure, Alex.
Okay, so it's still 1. So I just have an advantage, and that's it.
Just an advantage, yeah. So, you can use your advantage to hold on to the body and not drop it when you fall down a flight of stairs.
Oh.
Ah!
Will it hurt or kill him if I hold on to him?
If you let go of him, he might die.
Okay, I'll hold on if that means it doesn't kill him.
All right, awesome. So you're gonna tumble down a flight of stairs, and you're gonna take 2 strain,
While
From
caressing this full-grown man like a child.
and he lands safely in your arms. Everything is fine.
Alex gives a soft smile.
Fast your way down the stairs anyway.
All right. So as you make your way down the stairs, you guys feel the building shift again, almost as if a round has passed. And it's eaten up 2 more floors, and it's coming down towards you.
Cody, would I know whether or not the turbo lift would be able to be used?
It seems like the power's still on, so
Sweet.
logic dictates probably.
I'm standing at the turbo lift, screaming for Ty to hurry up.
All right, so that directs me to Ty. Give me a computer's. Oh, wait. Let me. Hold on. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
No.
That sounds awesome. You guys couldn't hear that?
No.
We heard the no.
I didn't.
I heard it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Nick, go ahead and give me a computer's check now, please. Ooh. Nick,
Where's
you
the
make-
black die come from, Cody?
That's the setback because the whole building is shaking around him while he's doing it.
Got it.
If you guys have 5 destiny points left. Sorry, you have 4 destiny points left. I don't know why I just did that. So this is you do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. But Nick, you make no progress this round. You still have 2 rounds remaining to download this. This
On my
information.
round, I'm going to make the statement, man, it would be awesome if there was a hardware console with some hard drives in it for this film in this room, and walk it.
Are you gonna try and find that, Cameron?
Destiny point it.
I'm gonna Destiny point a hardware server right here.
We can do the download later. Take the
Alright.
actual discs.
Nick, you realize that if you make a really difficult mechanics check, you might be able to rip the whole hard drive out without corrupting the data. So next round, you can try to do that instead.
Do I use a Destiny point for that information?
Yes.
Then I instead am like booking it to the stairs. Wait, hang on. Is there handrails on the stairs?
There are, yeah.
I'm booking it to the stairwell, and shoot, I'll even strain to slide down the handrails on the first flight.
All right, awesome. So since you're trying to avoid the shaking of the building, I'll give you a boost die for cleverness, but it's gonna be gonna have to give me a coordination check as you're making your way down these stairs. So I'll tell you what, I'll just offset that setback instead of giving you a boost. No, I'll keep them both actually.
You should keep them both.
Yeah.
More dice, more chaos.
Yeet!
So Cameron jumps
Yeet
on
yourself
the
down
railing
stairs.
to start sliding down, and the whole building shifts halfway down the railing and throws you down the backside. So you've fallen down the equivalent of like a flight and a half of stairs.
Does he land
Stumble to
near
the
me?
bottom.
Can I tip like an athletics check to like front flip the land? Can I salvage that?
I'm gonna have to say that was your athletics was. Unfortunately, this is not a test of strength. This is a test of agility, which you've already failed.
When he lands, like, good for you to join me. Help me get this poor sod down the steps.
So you're gonna
Alex
take
and I are just laying beside each other on the
3
stairwell.
strain as you lay next to your co-pilot captain man on
So
the
what-
stairs.
What happens if I max out on the strain?
If you max out on the strain, you pass out. You become incapacitated in some way, break your leg, or like something
Well,
happens.
I'm at my threshold.
You're at your threshold.
Did you
I'm
just
at the
pass
threshold.
out?
Oh no.
Alright.
No, I haven't
Passed
gone
out.
over. I haven't
You
gone
haven't
over. I'm
gone-
at the threshold.
That means you pass out. If you
Yeah,
beat the
when you reach
number,
your
you're
threshold.
you're out.
So I land on the floor beside Rex, passed out.
So you come down head first, and you see Rex, and Rex sees Arthur, and Arthur hits the ground and slides next to you, Rex, and you see his eyes are still open, but nothing's going on right now. There's nothing going on upstairs.
Do I like take a turn to like reduce strain? Is that an action?
Unless someone uses like a stim pack on you, you're toasted until this encounter starts resolving itself. You're passed out.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, all right. Joey, Brand, what are you doing?
I am still here at the turbo lift. I have it called. The door's open. I'm ready to go down. Just waiting on
Alright.
Ty.
All right, so
All
you're
right.
waiting on Ty. All right, we'll go into a new round. You guys hear it is close. It sounds like it's approximately 2 floors above you. As it's chewing through the building, there's dust falling everywhere. It's getting in your eyes. You can't see very well. It is not good. Nick,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? At this
If-
point, you get the feeling in your gut that if you don't get this hard drive out, that you're gonna either, by the time if you don't think you have time to download this information anymore, you don't have time to download this information anymore.
Do I have would I have time to try to rip the hard drives out and get to the whatever lift that Joey's at?
Yes, you absolutely would have time to do that.
Okay, well this is my last resort. I want to try to get the hard drive out.
Yep.
And
Destiny point it.
It's going to be a
Destiny,
difficulty 3.
and I'll Destiny point. I'll
2
Destiny
Destiny
point
points.
You can only use 1 per roll.
Oh.
I'll use 1. Is it ready for me?
It is ready for you.
Failure.
What did the Destiny point do for you?
Yeah, where's the Destiny point?
It should have. What's your mechanics, Joe?
Did you say
Tyrus?
upgrade die? Like, did you decide how he was going to
What's
use
your
it?
intellect, Tyrus?
3.
3.
And what's your computers?
Oh,
It's
I thought you said mechanics to be able to take the
I'm
hard
sorry.
drive out.
I meant computers. It's
Oh.
computers still.
Okay. All right, let me do that one.
It still needs the Destiny point. But
It passed. It passed.
All right, so you go in and you go like you're sweating everywhere. It's pouring down your brow. The dust is sticking to your face, like you are almost black from all this dust and carbon on you. And you spark, and you about to pull it out, and you see one cable you were about to miss, and you pull it off the side, and you jam it into your data pad, and you pull the whole thing out. And as you keep pulling, you realize the thing's like the size of your arm. This hard drive you just pulled out, and you grab the thing up, and you jam a little extra battery pack that you had on it to keep it alive, and haul butt as fast as you can to the turbo lift.
Yep.
And you meet Brand at the turbo lift.
All right,
I didn't hit the button. He
let's
dives in and I hit the
let's
button.
make like Christian and Bale.
How far down are we? Like, how far did me and Cam make it down the stairs?
You made it 2 stories. You guys only had one
made
turn.
You guys made it about a fourth of the way down the stairs. You've got about 6 flights to go. It does get a little more stable as you go down. Don't worry, Turbo Lift guys. You aren't out yet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm guessing I can't carry 2 people.
You can give me an athletics
Drag
check.
him. Throw him over the railing.
I'm gonna try and grab him. Athletics.
All right. So yeah, first we'll say it's athletics.
Okay.
I've given you 2 setback dice for this.
Okay. Am I good to roll? Good to YOLO it?
You're good to YOLO.
You might want to force. Oh my god!
I succeeded.
Holy crap!
Oh my
I
god!
succeeded though.
All right, how much? Oh my god!
That's so much threat. Holy crap!
Alex,
Well,
you
This
realize
is half a TPK.
for this to happen, somebody's weapons aren't making it down the stairs. So you get to make an executive decision. One person keeps their shit. Everybody else loses everything.
And the other man already has to be naked.
The other man still has a blaster rifle, like I said, a pistol and a truncheon hanging off his side or whatever.
He seems like a good choice.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna take 3 strain, and
Okay.
Cameron loses all of his weapons.
How do I
Wait.
remove weapons? That's the thing. I don't know how to remove them in Roll20.
It's all right. Basically, as you're running down the stairs, Alex, you're just dropping stuff.
Okay, just dropping their stuff
You're
off
just
of them.
dropping stuff left and right. It's just anything you can. If you had a backpack or anything on, Cameron, it's gone, all of it. Like Alex, you do. What do you have equipped, Alex?
I have a blaster rifle and a pistol, and my shot
Hey.
gloves are actually on my hands.
Do
Okay,
I keep
yeah,
my
you have to leave your blaster rifle too to carry these guys. The building is moving too much. You just can't. You can't. For them to come, you're not coming. It's not coming with you.
Yeah.
Do
I'm
I?
just gonna then realizing I can't carry 2 people, dig through my bag and just jam Cameron with the stim pack to bring him back through.
I just removed everything.
Imagine the scene from Pulp Fiction of them just stabbing Uma Thurman through the chest.
As he deletes all of his items. Oh wait, why don't I just stim pack you?
I'm done. Cody, have my weapons back.
All right, I'll have him back. I'll have him back later. So you stim pack him. You successfully get him down a flight or 2 of stairs, and then you're like, I can't do this. This is too much. And so you stim pack him. Cameron, your eyes flush open, and you have this huge adrenaline spike, and you take a second to like get your bearings, and you're still like shifting around, and Rex is standing next to you with a needle in your neck.
Sleepy time's over.
What do I do?
Run.
No, like, do I remove half strain? Like, what's a stim pack?
You remove stim pack heals 5 wounds, so in this case, it's going to heal 5 strain.
Should it be like 1 wound and then strain?
Do you have any wounds? Sure. Yeah, we'll say 1 wound and then strain.
1, 2, 3, 4. I might pass out again.
You might. You might.
I really might.
Well,
all right. So
I have 2 more stim packs.
Rex, how much strain did you take from that? I used 3 to make you. Okay, you took 3. Perfect. All right. Arthur, are you gonna try and make your way down the stairs again?
Yes.
All right. So it's gonna be it's all set up and ready to go with the difficulty.
Is it just a coordination check?
It's just a coordination check, yeah.
Oh, he's about to eat it. You guys ready? Eat it! I'm still drunk from the stim pack.
Cameron, you take a step forward and you just fall down another flight of stairs. You take 2 strain for failing and 2 more strain from the thread.
So I just hit 12 and pass out again? Or do I go up to 50?
You just go head first down the stairs and you hit your head at the bottom of the next flight and knock yourself out again.
Can I use a destiny dice
Yes.
to conveniently place something to catch me?
Yes.
How about this? How about I land in an office chair upside down, alright, and it slides all the way down the rest of the flights, and somehow I don't eat it, because that's like as Star Wars as it gets.
All right, yeah, so you use a destiny point. I'll go ahead and change this for you. To basically fall your way down the stairs in a chair that you found. You ride it like a sled all the way down. It does 3 strain to you, just controlling it, but you arrive at the bottom of the stairs.
How are we now at 5? No,
I changed it once already, so that should be that. That's
Well,
how far down have we made it so far?
I have made it to the
Cameron
ground.
made it to the bottom. You're halfway, Alex.
Okay, so I'm a turn away from the bottom, basically.
Yeah, you're a turn away from the bottom, basically. Alex and Joey, you can see now the machine that's eating its way towards you, because the whole top of the building is now this robot that's eating the building, basically.
You mean Nick?
We're in the turbo lift.
Brandon Tyrus. Brandon Tyrus, as you're sliding down the turbo lift, you feel it go. It hits to the left and it hits the right and it stops. It's frozen. You're on about the 4th floor. You can give me a mechanics check to try and open the door. Mechanics check to fix it, or you can just try and open it and get out.
Let's do that mechanics check.
Yeah, I'll try to fix it.
All right, so you guys are going to use your round together. So it's going to be a difficulty of this. And so you guys are going to get a boost because you're working together. So one of you make a mechanics check for me. All right. So you guys are pretty confident that you might be able to fix it next round, but you don't get it going this round. So you're basically frantically working on this turbo lift as the above you just as it's eating its way down closer towards you. Like I said, you guys are on about the 4th floor right now. It takes about 2 floors around, and it's on the 8th floor right now.
Sweet. All right,
We
we'll
got
keep
this.
working.
All right, awesome. We cut to Captain Rex on the 4th floor as well, but he's on the stairwell holding a mostly naked man, and his buddy is skiing down the stairs past him.
I'm just looking at this, knowing this like this is bad. This is very bad. And he just reaches in the bag, grabs the other stem, jams himself in the leg, and just starts booking it down the stairs afterwards.
Perfect. Give me a coordination check.
Oh,
Okay. How much do I heal from a stim pack?
It's gonna
5,
be
right?
5, so wounds and then into strain.
Okay, so I get the wounds first. That's not as good, but I'll still do it.
What's your strain at?
Oh, my strain's at 7. I was trying to get some strain down. Is there anything I can do to get strain down but still keep moving?
Roll
instead of
advantage.
sit- Roll advantage?
Yeah, you can use
Okay.
advantage.
So
Yeah.
you want to roll really well.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay,
and by the
so
way, Nick and Tyrus and Brand, what did you spend your advantage on?
I would like to give a bonus die to the Nick on our next mechanics check.
All right, so a boost to Tyrus. That spends 2 of them. You got 2 left.
How much strain do you have, Ty?
How much what string?
Yeah.
1.
I'll remove my 2 strain. The other 2.
Nice. You could spend one of those to add a boost to the very next roll that takes place, which would be Alex's.
which would be fantastic.
I'll do both of those things because it's 1 to remove 2 strain, or is it 1 to remove 1 strain?
Oh, that's a good
1
question.
for 1.
Is it
I
1
thought
for
it was 1 for 1.
I could be wrong.
I think it's 1.
Alright.
I think it's
Yeah.
1 for 1 as well.
I'll remove 1 strain and give Alex a boost.
That would be beautiful.
Now we're tied. I have 1 strain, and you have 1 strain, Ty. We are very calm and collected in our plot
It's
to
like
make
we're-
it down
You
this
haven't been
village.
taking blaster fire.
It's like we're brothers.
I got grenaded and blaster fired. What do you mean?
I killed 3 men. I'm carrying a 4th.
And he's naked.
I'm carrying a 4th and a naked man.
All of your guys' strain has come from these stairs. The stressful stairs. That's what we'll call them. The stressful
The
stairs.
stairs of stress.
All right, Alex, it's set up for your roll whenever I've got your boost dice added in.
Oh, okay. I'll take that away. 2 success.
Yeah, so you finally make it down the last 4 flights of stairs utilizing all of your running. It's not that hard when you don't fall over.
It isn't. Is Cam awake or is he just in this chair passed out?
I'm awake.
He is
I'm
barely conscious at the bottom of the stairs waiting on you. So you make your way down. You're in the lobby now. You've safely made it to the bottom.
Would they not have to
Brandon-
take strain to get that far down? 4 flights?
No, we're gonna
Okay.
say because he's going.
I rode
downstairs.
a chair, so
He did. He
He,
did.
he rode a chair.
So Tyrus and Brand, are you gonna try and fix the elevator again, or are you gonna get out?
We're fixing it.
Fixing it.
Give me a mechanics check and a boost because you are helping each other, and a boost from Joey. It's set up. So give me your mechanics check.
Sweet. All right. This is where we die, Ty.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys try
Where's
to,
the lift?
as you guys try and fix the thing, you can see it's about 2 floors above you. It's closing in fast.
Almost
you've
as if
got-
if we fail it again, we die, Nick.
Can you just like slow or swing your way down the lift?
I have an idea. I'm just waiting for my turn.
All right, it's somebody else's turn.
All
I
right.
mean, you and Rex and Arthur are in the lobby.
I pop out my Dragon Ball Z compass and ask them if they're still in the lift. Are you guys still in the lift?
Yes.
We are in the turbo lift. It is stuck.
I
So
run
you
over.
hear we're in the turbo lift, and in the
We're
background
not.
I sound very
But
calm about it.
we're not panicking. No.
I run
We're
over
very
to the
unpanicked.
turbo lift entrance on my floor and hit the button to call it.
Is
that'll-
is that
that'll
gonna
work.
work, Cameron?
I don't know what's wrong with it because I went
You
deep.
could light side point it, I guess.
He's gonna try and call it down.
I don't know
Could
what's
have-
wrong with it. I went B like I wasn't here.
electroshock
he
it.
went, no.
That's why I'm like, I was
So-
gonna go hit the button. Why can't they get the console to work?
We wouldn't be there. We were going.
If the force is with you, it might help.
Sweet. All right, we're 5-1. Let's go.
All right, so you press the button, and Tyrus, you see the cable on the side of the thing that it was wedged against shift and pull down like it's trying to pull it up again, and it slams the thing sideways, and it shakes it free. And you guys begin free falling.
What?
Oh
done?
god.
Well, I am confused about a cable. I didn't know turbolifts had cables, but
I didn't.
So
either.
there's a
I
cable
understand.
from where the door was closed, and when he called the door, it tried to seal the door in front of you because what had happened, because the turbolift stopped in front of the fourth floor, it opened the doors to the floor but not to the turbolift. And when he called it from the basement, it sealed the fourth floor doors, which then pushed the cable that had fallen into the shaft that wedged your elevator shut and knocked it free. So now your elevator is falling. It's not like, when I say free falling, I mean it's like sliding down the side of the turbo lift. Like it's going faster than it should be going, but not like we're definitely going to die when we hit the bottom, but like this is probably going to hurt.
I'm going to jump on top of Ty and try to save him.
Just by jumping on him.
I'm going to
top
jump
of
on him and like put him like in like wrap my arms around him to try to brace him.
So Joey's gonna wrap you up, Tyrus. You guys have one round before impact. Is there anything else you want to do or say to each
I want
other?
I want to try to jump before we hit the floor.
That
Give
doesn't
me
work.
a coordination
Wait,
check.
I'm holding him. How is that
Oh,
going to work?
Oh, he's holding.
You're
you.
going
Wait.
up with me.
Is that an athletics check now? He's got to carry him up the jump.
Oh yeah, give me an athletics check, Nick. I'll give you a setback and a boost.
The proper thing to do here is to lay on the floor.
He's right.
But if you really need to jump, all right, good. That means I pull him straight to the ground. He failed. I'm pulled him straight down.
All right, so he fails at jumping when he lands. So you guys slam into the floor. Nick, you hit a little harder than you would have because you jumped. You both take 4 strain.
All the strain, man.
Wow, that was stressful.
This is a stressful building.
All right, so you guys are on the basement, and you can hear the building still, the machine still
Whoa.
grinding through the
They
building.
went all the way to the basement?
No, it's still coming down. It's only at the 6th floor right now.
I was talking
but
about
it's-
them. The
Oh
elevator.
no, they came down to the lobby. The turbo lifts don't go to the basement. Basement's maintenance access.
Sweet, we get out and run.
All right, so you guys run out the building, and as you make your way out the front, the protocol droid is just standing there quietly as the building is like churned to death behind it. And it just-
I bulldoze through the droid to the ship, like on the way there, just knocking it over.
All
On
right, Alex,
purpose.
give me a brawl check.
Bro.
Difficult.
I'm assisting. I'm right behind him. I'm pushing in his back.
And I'm gonna give you a boost for adrenaline.
Maybe
About to plow a droid over
about to destroy.
while holding a body on his
Oh
shoulder.
gosh, I left him
What
on
the
the
heck?
before. Oh no, I rolled him again. I'm fucking up. There we go.
Alex, you run through the droid. Like it
I-
splits in half around your shoulder. And it explodes.
I'm going to heal 4 strain as well.
Alright. It makes you feel a lot better.
Like this very cathartic feeling to just split a droid in half.
So you guys have made your way out the building. You've secured a hard drive containing corrupt, editable data of a video recording of the bomb explosion. You also have a live assailant on Alex's shoulder, barely clinging to life and very unconscious. Alex
very
lost his
naked.
blaster rifle. Cameron lost all of his stuff. And no one died.
Oh, did I? Okay, I thought he lost something. I was the one that kept it, so I lost my rifle. Okay.
Yeah, you lost your right. You took 6 strain, man.
Yeah.
6
That's
threat.
valid.
And I got a grenade to the chest.
Yeah, Joey actually took a
Happy
lot of
days.
real damage. All right, and that is where we leave our party with a building being churned behind them, standing, breathing heavily, with a limp man on their shoulder in front of the. Well, how long? I don't know how late you guys want to go.
I thought this is just a good
This
place
is a really
to
good
stop in
stop.
general.
Yeah.
That's what I was planning.
It is 1 o'clock, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys sort of collect yourself and are gonna have to figure out where to take the investigation next. You've got some data to uncorrupt. You've got a prisoner. I'm sure you guys want to take out the T or something like that. And a highly functional speeder that can take you wherever you want to go. You could even report into Trey when you get back and let her know what happened.
Yep, perfect.
sweet. All right.
We all lived through the
Can we
grinder.
decide what time we're doing?
I'm good for 8 o'clock next Monday again, if that's good with y'all.
I thought we had said we were doing Fridays and Saturdays now.
I think
Oh,
so.
that's fine too. I can't this Saturday. I don't think. I don't know about this Saturday. It would have to be actually past 8. It'll be fine.
Can we
I
do
have
Friday?
family coming this Saturday, but
Friday
generally
be
any
better?
day after 8, I'm pretty free.
So either Friday at 8 or Saturday at 8.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is that better for anyone? Better for
Friday would be better for me.
Friday's better for me too.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. So Friday at 8 o'clock, we will resume our investigation.